live. Now our mics are live. Good morning, gamers.
Good morning, gamer.
How are you doing? Welcome to another beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning for Blitzball.
No sleep till
Damn
Blitzball.
it. Oh, I'm so excited to be here, especially having reached our fucking goal? Question mark? What the hell? It's sick. Juliet,
Also,
you're
what's
about to
up?
take me on a beautiful journey.
Yeah, I almost hit reset data, which would be fine, but not great. It would just mean I'd have to go open up another thing. I want to apologize to everyone for being in a gloomy cave because the sun is not up yet. Here where I am.
Yep, I have a big fake light that is pointed directly at me, which is giving me the vibrance that I need this morning.
I have what is typically a very bright light, just not enough to counteract the darkness. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of Blitzball. We've got a interesting team, I would say, and there's some different things. One of the goals is to get all the different reels over the course of the day, which are random prizes. Another goal is to not lose. That's a great one. Anytime the opponent's team scores on us, we have to do the Titus laugh.
Now, we are walking in with a expectation that I know a lot more about Final Fantasy X than I do.
Do you remember the Final Fantasy X episodes? Got it memorized.
Wheels, don't listen to this. I skipped those
okay.
ones. I skip all the ones that aren't Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, Riley, do you know how to go? Ha 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 ha.
Like a ha 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 ha. Like that?
Yeah, that or even like 10% more fake.
Okay.
It's a really emotional scene in Final Fantasy X. That's about like expressing, the value of expressing joy for other people to see, even if like you're in a difficult like existential situation. It's a famous scene because people like to make fun of it. Anyways, another one of our goals. I'd like to, at least once today, complete a league with every member of our team as top scorer. It's almost impossible to happen. It genuinely won't. But as many as we can, I think, is a fun trick. The other thing going on is we've got an all-girls team. No Titus. No Titus.
Love it. Love it.
Oh my god! Now I've got to pull up what positions everyone should be because I wrote this down. Okay, so let's see here.
And I will also need you to walk me through the kind of basics of Blitzball.
So it is a little bit of soccer and a little bit of hockey. Very similar sports.
Yeah, totally exact same.
It is us. I mean,
they are very similar. You are right.
Teams, single ball goalies, and like physical contact being a big thing, but not like individual plays like football. Basketball is another good.
Okay.
Sort
now I'm
of
on board.
Idea.
Yeah, is it a high scoring or low scoring game?
High scoring game. 2 opposing teams of 5 players and a goalie on each side. Does that make sense? So 6 players on each side. It is ostensibly played in a large sphere of water, but only a level plane really matters for our purposes.
Okay.
So left forward, controversial pick, going to put Shu. She's got my favorite fashion, although Lena comes close. Okay. Right forward, we're going with Velucha. Our midfielder is going to be Lena, who's got really cool gloves. I'll describe them for you when they're up on screen. So I have pulled girls from each of the different teams that exist in the game. One of the fun things is your starting team, the Besaid Oryx, are the only team in the game that's all dudes. And like, you can understand from like a plot writing perspective, they didn't want to they wanted Titus's like adventure to encounter Riku and then encounter Yuna and Lulu, and like have those be the only like named women that he's really interacting with for the like, first few hours.
Yeah.
Which I think works from like a storytelling perspective, but it is very silly when you look at all of the other teams. And the thing that every other team has is both of their defenders are women.
I fucking love the hoops that the old games jump through to just be like, we're gonna do something weird and we will figure it out, I guess.
And I don't know whether it's a conscious decision or not, or whether they just like happened in this thing where like all 5 of the other teams in the game have 2 women as their defenders and no other women on their team. But then there's a lot of free agents as well. So we're also using some free agents. Shu is my favorite free agent. She shows up in a few different places.
So our positions are left forward, right forward, mid forward, goal, and a left defense, right defense?
Yes, although I need to go back. The way back works these menus is you start over. Okay, there we go. So then we also have techs. You can think of them as like techniques or like spells.
Yeehaw.
So you can have different tackles, you dribble, tackle, pass, and shoot. Those are the main things. Dribbles don't have techniques to them, but use certain passive things. All of the techniques cost HP, which usually isn't a big issue, but like really early in the game, you just frankly don't have much HP to spare. Shu, honestly, is nap pass single good enough? Yeah, we're gonna get into the game. Lena does not need volley shot and nap shot 3. Venom pass 2, great. Having 2 different types of shot, it's like, why would you? Then the other thing you do is you set up marks, which is how you learn new techniques by like watching the opponent and then like hitting a button prompt when they use their technique. Okay. That's the only way you learn, or most of the only way you learn.
That is sick. I will say that rules.
And so if you're playing a long game and not just an individual thing, you actually want your opponent to like get in the position where they can make like, oh, I want them to use that shot, so I need to give them the opportunity to shoot. Like, okay, the other thing I need to do is turn movement to manual. Otherwise the game will be like, you just want us to control all of the players all the time, right?
Yeah, you want
so this is Lena. I'm gonna run into an opponent. So I'm playing against the Ronso Fangs. They are all big blue lion people.
Oh, wow.
Some of whom have these big horns. They're pretty cool. I don't know whether you can see on camera, but
I can see. My eyes are like I'm legally blind without my contacts, but I can see. I live most of my life like this, so I can see the shape. I see you at each other like this, kind of circling.
So Ronso have incredible endurance, but medium stats everywhere else and lower speed, which makes them all in all not too difficult to deal with. Lena is a great midfielder. She's got plenty of endurance and plenty of pass, so I could break here and get tackled and still be able to throw, or I could just try to throw and overcome the block. I'm going to break because I think it's fun. And then I'm just going to pass. Big tackle, but this is why I chose her.
So every interaction, you're gonna be running into something in that way, right? You're gonna be coming head to head, and you're making a decision.
It's real time, and then when you have the encounter, the clock stops, and it is a turn-based thing. But once you go back into real time, the animation takes game time, including once you've shot the ball needs to hit the goal and be scored before time goes out.
Sick.
So you can't do like
there's no in the air. There's no get off the buzzer.
There's no in the air. Yep.
Okay.
So this is probably going to be a relatively easy match. No! The goalie caught the ball. The other thing is, while there's like concrete stats, every time you do an action, there's also like
a
randomizer of roughly like 50 to 150% applied to any of the stats. So like you have a good idea of what things will likely be. Here, I've got Urga Ronso, who I've taken from the Ronso team.
Let's go. Oh,
I did not tech copy. I may have to figure out what button is tech copy right now. So that is, whew,
nice block. Nice block.
yep. Here's Autoguado, who I got from the Guado Glories. Guados are weird plant people. They are very middling stats, except for high speed, which turns out to be very good. Like in most video games, if you can just outspeed your opponent, you can kind of negate a lot of what they are doing.
Okay.
And in this game, if you have high enough speed, you can just keep swimming alongside a defender, and they will fall away behind you. So a lot of the game is really played in this mini map in the right side of the screen where the green and pink triangles are. That's how I can tell where all of the defenders and all of my players are.
Describe to me the play that you're doing right now, because right now I see
Okay,
you skate around the outside with one, you passed back and in, and now you're kind of coming down the middle. Was that drawing defenders to the left side of the map and then coming down?
Yeah, so I got Autoguado to a kind of free space position, like in between defenders, and then passed across the field back to my right side defender, who is Urga Ronso. She's got really high endurance, but she's got okay stats elsewhere, because she's a Ronso. She's a big, lion person. The problem is, Shu, who Velucha, who I'd like to pass it to the right forward, has a defender right on her. And even with an unblocked shot, she was not able to score last time. So I'm tempted to pass it to Shu, but Shu, while the defenders aren't right on her, there's two nearish by and a third not that far away.
You can't pass in a double coverage,
What I'm going to do is, the other thing is, passes increase your XP.
Nice.
So what you can do is just keep passing back and forth.
His Globetrotters that fucker around.
Yeah, just grind that XP, because the clock is only ticking while the ball's in the air or you're dribbling. So as long as you're in your menu going back and forth and passing, you can both wait for the opponents to make a mistake and just kind of level up your stuff. The early game is rough as far as everybody's stats. There's a lot more inequality. There's going to be somebody who's got 15 and then hey, nobody's got higher than 8 and
okay.
Whereas in the once all the characters across the whole league are level 20-ish, there's a lot more leveling off of things. There's a lot of those inequalities. Obviously, they're still going to make a difference. Okay, so this is a rough shot. I got 10 shoot, defenders 8 block, plus whatever the goalie's block is. I'm not going to be able to handle that. On the other hand, I have 10 endurance, and Urga Ronso has 9 attack. I don't know if she's going to use a special technique which is going to buff that up. I don't think she is. But 9 could still beat 10, because my 10 isn't going to get buffed by the percentage. Her 9 might be. And plus, I only have 10 shot on a 9 catch goalie, but fortune favors the bold. She was my favorite fashion in the whole game.
We're out here to ball. We're not out here to... Look at that. That's a goal. That's a goal, baby. They put it up on the board.
7 shot beat 9 catch there, which feels great. Sometimes you win the game by 1 point. There's only 1 point in the whole game. Sometimes it's 7-4.
So that's the soccer and hockey relation. Okay.
The other thing is to remember is goalies typically have pretty decent what's called catch. That's their number. So you've got to have your shot beat their catch, but also while the ball is traveling through the air, its shot number goes down every second. So you also want to be as close to the goal as possible.
That's a long shot they just tried. That's not going in.
Exactly. And thankfully, as long as the shot is blocked, the defending team always kind of recovers it. Unless you've got weird abilities that break that.
Okay.
But yeah, so since I'm in the lead, also each half is 5 minutes, so the game is pretty quick because each shot takes a minute, and that's why you typically don't get high scoring things.
Okay. Awful World Kid, I'm going to assume the answer is no, they never fixed that bug, because this was game from before they fixed bugs.
Which part? The shooting thing?
Yeah. Oh, no, did they ever fix the bug where you could hide behind the goal with the ball the whole game and win?
Oh, No, but we're not going to do that today.
We're here to play. We're here to play to win. We're here to play
Yeah,
for
exactly.
skill and the love of the game.
I think it's a pretty fun game, or can be. And so the opponent, both you and your opponent, can swap your techniques and everything during halftime. So you've got to watch and see. Oh, did somebody set up another technique that I need to do? Oh,
because you're going and you're doing fucking coaching.
This game could have a few things like, hey, it could have like a pep talk mini game. It could have PvP player. It could have like the ability to set the length of the halves. It could have like a lot of different things to make it kind of more intense. And watch, 2 different attackers, and I won't be able to take. Oh, Lena got the good RNG.
She got a break,
and she was able to tackle through. And hey, if you tackle through and beat the opponent's endurance, you get the ball.
Love that. Is there steals in this game? Like, is that what that was?
Yes. Yeah. It's based on a tackling system. And so you've got different tackle techniques. You'll learn venom tackle and nap tackle. And so Lena was able to tackle through and got the ball, which means the defender's now behind her a little bit. The guy who formerly the center, the midfielder who got the ball.
Yeah.
I was able to like hit the initiate action button. It's typically square for us. It's X here. Right before any of the defenders got too close. So despite the fact that there are defenders all around her, none of them are in her radius.
Yeah, she's got a break. She broke away. She has an open shot.
So now I could do a 10 shot against a 9 catch goalie, but like it's gonna lose 2 or 3 shot by the time it gets there, or like a 7 shot by the time it gets there.
Yeah.
But again, it's fun to shoot. You miss 100% of the shots, and I need to figure out what that tech copy button is because I've missed 2 so far. Maybe it's triangle.
Are you on? You got what kind of controller do you have plugged in right now?
I'm using an Xbox controller, and this is originally a PS2 and PS3 game.
Xbox controller, Final Fantasy 15.
14 or 10.
10.
10. I was like, yeah, 14. If they ever introduced Blitzball to Final Fantasy 14, I would be delighted. And sometimes the opponent just does stuff and you don't really get. Okay, there we go. My goalie, the shot equaled my goalie's catch, which meant I did block the ball, but my goalie got hit by the wither shot, which reduces the goalie's stats for whatever shots come up for the rest of the half. So that's why like wither could be a useful status effect because
it picks away at the fucking stats. Okay. With whatever the confirm button is your.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Good to know. I appreciate it. That answers a lot because I would not have tried that.
I'm here to assistant coach right now.
Absolutely. Save your eyes though if you can.
I am good. Let me see my fucking how longer we got. Once this thing stops bubbling, then I can pop them in.
Gotcha.
Because otherwise it'll burn. All right. Oh. Okay.
Lena is so good.
Yeah, she is continuing to steal as well as get off on those fast breaks there.
She might be a little OP, in which case I will swap her out.
That's a star player. That's a star player. And we're not playing hero ball here, We're trying to get everyone up there. We're trying to get everyone in those higher areas. We are blue on the map, right?
Yeah, we're the kind of like teal green bluish.
Who's
and then
open
the opponent's
right over there at a.
So we're always trying to score on the left-hand goal on the mini map there, and so all of the defenders chased Lena, who got that kind of break, which meant Volucha was wide open.
Gotcha. I see it. I was looking at the map, top to bottom, not left to right. That makes sense. Oh, triple teamed. You're gone. Game over.
Maybe, probably, but if I had no RNG help, the answer would be that defender, because he's a big lion man, has so much endurance that he could take on 3 of my players if there was no RNG affecting things. The Ronso Fangs, unfortunately for them, are never going to be a difficult opponent because their one big weakness is their speed stat, and speed is kind of the most important stat in the game.
Yep.
The AI is like, I would describe medium. It's not good, but it could be much, much worse. Obviously, you can go hide behind your goal and do silly stuff like that. But the AI is not able to compensate for the fact that the Fangs are kind of a slow team, and don't have a lot of ways to capitalize on their strengths.
So they just passed across. They passed north to south. They passed across the entire field. Is like, is there a chance that we could have had a guy in the middle there to block that?
No, the blocks are only at the origination place. However, if the pass runs out, so if I have Autoguado has 16 pass or 12 pass here. If I only had like 6 pass or whatever, which some of the characters do, some characters have like 3 pass at level 1. Pass also goes down as the ball travels through the field. So if I'm trying to go all the way north to all the way south across the field, even if there's no one blocking me, if my pass isn't long enough to reach you, or if in this case, so I'm going to go no break here, just to show. I'm going to go, so I've got 12 pass, my opponent has 5 block, which again, some RNG is going to go, I'm going to try to throw to Velucha across there, sadly I'm not throwing all the way across the field. So I'm going to throw, some number is going to be subtracted. So 7 was subtracted from that, 3, 2, and I barely got there. If that number reaches 0, the nearest defender intercepts. So that's when the interceptions happen. So the blocker near the thrower can help the interceptor near the catch. Velucha here, who's a great, scorer. She's got great shoot. Her pass is only 4. So I'm going to show you a fumble here. Even though no one's blocking her, she's going to try to throw it all the way across the field, and it's going to fail. Probably. It goes 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, and then time was up. The game ended right before it would be intercepted.
Oh, incredible.
But that's okay.
It's fine. We'll take all those dubs. Did the copy tech button end up working?
Yes, so I missed a few, but now I know, and Lena learned a new tech. I'm actually going to sub Lena out for the next game because it looks like she's a little over-leveled. So, wow, oh my goodness. So the top scorer in either a tournament or a league gets a bonus of some sort. And I like to, see how many people I can get in the top scorer thing.
Yeah.
Somehow, this is like beyond conceivability, but this is what happens when AI is simulating it's an AI. Vixen of the Luca Goers scored 8 goals
in that first
by
game.
himself in the first game.
That is insane.
Yeah, in 2 5-minute periods. That basically requires you to constantly win every tackle, throw to the right person, and then score. It's possible. You can do that with Titas.
While we're still in this starting area, should we not sub out the overpowered person and try to get her up there?
So that is actually what we're going to do here. I have other people on the team here. Let's put in Belgerda as my midfielder.
Well, since Shu is doing so good though, we're trying to get on the board. We need to now beat that 8. Should we keep Shu in while we're in these early games where she has this advantage to try to
Shu got really, really lucky twice. Okay. It is definitely not an overpowered character. She's one of my favorite characters in the game, but she is definitely not overpowered. Lina, our midfielder, is the currently overleveled one. So I'm going to put in Belgerda from... Oh my god. Is she from... I think she's from the Luca Goers. We'll find out when we see her uniform. I'm going to put her in as our new midfielder.
Okay.
Midfielders are centers. They are, just like in basketball, really important if there's a lot of tip-offs. And one of the things about Blitzball is the halves are only 5 minutes long, so the tip-off matters a lot. Are you familiar with basketball or hockey?
Basketball, I know pretty innately. So
Yeah.
yeah, that the possession of the ball is the important thing here.
And so I only have one slot for a technique right now. Later on, most of the characters will end up with 2 or 3 slots for techniques. So my center could have a stronger tackle or a stronger pass, and I've got to decide which to do. For now, I'm going to
For high
go
speed.
with a.
Sorry. I'm over here like going like, do I have strategy? Forgetting that you are a person who has played this game deeply and knows it innately.
Yeah. Well, which would you choose between?
Because we're a fast team, right? So we want higher pass right now. Because if we're getting caught in a contention, like that's where the problem arises, right?
So we beat the slow team. We're now against the strongest team in the game. Not the fastest team in the game, but fast enough. And otherwise, like fast. Some of the characters are super fast, and we're up against the Albed Sykes. Albed are they're an ethnic minority within the world of Final Fantasy X. That the kind of divisions between religion and technology and everything end up being really important to the plot. So Belgerda, yeah, she's in her Luca Glory's uniform because all of the characters have one model, whatever team they're on.
Incredible.
There's a lot of free agents, so like they have kind of generic stuff. The Luca Goers have this purple. So Belgerda is a defender on the Luca Glories. I have her as a midfielder here. She has 5 endurance, which is tiny. Igar has 3 attack, which is tiny. He's got huge block though, so I've got to try to endure through his tackle and then make my pass.
Okay.
Which, thank you RNG gods. My pass is long enough that I can just toss it up to Velucha there. In the base game, this would, with the like base starting team, this would be the hardest match. And we'll see how difficult it is.
Can we get a pass down south there?
So Velucha has really bad pass. She's great shot. She's my best scorer on goal. Decent endurance. Okay, stats. Terrible passer.
Okay.
So I would need to endure a tackle and hold onto the ball and then pass. Because otherwise 4 passes never beating a 10 block. That even if 10 divided by 2 is still 5, that's still better. There's a chance that the opponent will just not even get a hand on the ball, but I can't count on that.
Well.
Meanwhile, Jutta, the defender here, her attack is 11. Velucha's endurance is 11. So that's 11 versus 11. So I've got to count on the RNG, but that's fun. And RNG 11 beat 11, which makes sense. 11 attack does beat 11 defense on average. That is the way those numbers work. Meanwhile, here, my 9 attack did not beat Jutta's 9 defense. Yeah. So it's interesting how your endurance only matters when
nice block.
When you've got the ball. Miu's great. She's a former what they call in the game Crusaders. They're people who want to stop the giant kaiju that's destroying civilization. So slightly better than other Crusaders. So again, I'm in a difficult situation where both of the opponents have really good block. Either of them alone would be higher than my pass. So I've got to take Ergo Ronso. She's a Ronso. She's got great endurance. And I'm up against 14 endurance against an 11 attack and a 3 attack.
That's not...
So again,
those numbers aren't optimal.
Aren't great.
You want to go with the harder one first or the weaker one first?
You actually don't get to choose. It's based on their proximity. So those numbers ended up working in our favor. The 11 only was able to do 6 of that damage. The 3 did the full damage. Wasn't a problem. Okay, so I should hopefully be able to score here. Urga gets to throw to Velucha.
Blue sky, blue sky.
Yeah. So here I'm going 11 endurance against 10 attack. And hoping for this. Oh, their goalie has 18 catch. My highest scorer has 14 shoot.
Did we pick up that wither shot?
Not on. Okay. So let's see here. Shu, I'm gonna try here. Shu has, I believe, 10 shot.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, Blappa here has terrible attack. Very out of character. Yeah, okay, so Shu leveled up, so she has 11 shoot now against an 18 catch. And we have to remember that the ball is going to degrade over the space between us and the goal. So unless you're like right up there, you got to subtract 1 or 2. So I'm looking like 9 shoot against 18 catch, but I just got to get more shots off on goal and hope one of them gets in. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose.
Then defensive ball can take us the rest of the way. And does the shot go down? Does the goal go down at all over as we keep like harrowing the goal, or no?
No, only if you use techniques to give like special attacks. But those, if I had those techniques, I would be using them because they would also give me like a small bonus to my shoot. So their goalie has 18 catch. Mine has 12. Which is hopefully still,
Yep, we're good.
Still enough. But does make me go like, oh no, OP. I'm just gonna lose the ball here more than likely. So you can see what happens when I'm up against 10 and 11 block and I try to pass with 4. That's never gonna work. But there's a chance. No, okay. There's always a chance that your enemy will just totally whiff. So another thing I can do is, rather than assigning them to marks, as in to watch somebody to learn their attacks, I can also assign them the way you would think about marks in like
zones,
intramural basketball. More man, less zone.
Okay.
So I could be like, hey, their right, defender Blappa, or here Jutta, their left forward. I want 2 of you to defend him. I don't care about defending their defenders. I only want you to defend their forward, and like they would just try and tail him rather than play. Normally they play zone.
Yep,
That's the kind of default. As we play, we will also unlock more formations that do weirder and cooler things. But for now,
very excited to learn the pick and roll.
We won't learn that, but we will learn what if we all lined up in one line across the very middle.
Incredible.
And I think we can learn a V. I'm trying to remember the highest level formation that you can get. Honestly, zone and man are most of what you need, even if it's not like fine control. It makes the game.
Long shot. Beautiful block.
And you can see we've now gotten 3 shots on goal from each. Whew. Okay, this is gonna be tough. I have 12 pass and they have 11 block, so I'm gonna try to pass to somebody right next to me here.
Just throw it right backwards.
And then because they're more open. No one has scored yet. We also have 8 seconds left, so I will not be able to. I can make a shot, but I will not be able to make a score here because
halftime.
The ball just stops. They don't even catch it.
Level up.
This might be a tough one. But this is what happens when you're up against random folks. If we go into overtime, I probably won't have a chance to swap. But if we go into overtime and I have a chance to swap, I'll bring Lina in.
Why not bring Lina in now? Because especially knowing their goalie has 18, like yes, Lina has a lot of gumption, right? If I'm remembering her correctly, but like
you're not wrong. So Lina still only has 11 shoot, but like could help us out there. It's a shame that half of my team only has 1, literally a single 1 in terms of their shoot. No, I'm gonna stick with.
Okay, all right.
And also this way we can like level up Belgerida, and if she turns out to be really good. Mew. Oh my god, Mew has so many techniques.
That's our
So
goalie.
many techniques. Yeah, and like you can't use any of these. I mean, I can use the any of the passives as goalies. So like anti-wither probably is what I'll use, so that that has a good chance to stop her stats from being drained.
Miyu, can you please teach those abilities to everyone else? Thank you.
Yeah, it's a shame that Shu. I wish Shu could learn a shoot. Also, I don't think Volucha has high enough HP to use the one shoot she knows. Yeah, she only knows Wither Shot 3, and so techniques cost HP, which also ticks down by 1 every second you hold the ball.
Okay.
Once you're in the mid game, you've got like thousands of HP, so it doesn't matter. In the early game, you might only have 91 HP, and a technique might cost 200, and so you straight up don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your plan going into the second half? What is your goal? How are you gonna make this point? How is it gonna happen?
I'm gonna quote a game I love a lot called Final Fantasy X. And say, shoot like crazy, which is the advice given to the main character when they play a plot critical Blitzball game. Which is, we have each shot we take has, I would guess, a 10 to 25% chance.
Okay.
You know, like somewhere in there.
There are worse percentage shots.
Call it a 1 out of 5 chance, which means we just gotta make a lot of shots. Which means we gotta get in the position where there's not a defender who's gonna make the shot like invalid anyways. So I need my team to be smart and lucky, which is not always what AI controlled things are. Yep. So hopefully that tackle means that defender's now outside of Shu's orbit, and
Shu doesn't.
All things being equal, I should be. There we go. So I'm too far away from the goal, which means this shot's going to lose some. But if I get any closer, I'm going to pick up a defender, and that's also going to be bad.
Yep.
So 11 shot against 18. This is just such a fool's errand. And I might lose this game, and that too is okay. That too is life. It'll make it all the sweeter when I beat them 3 hours from now. So now I've given a slightly better tackle, but I have 2 defenders here, so I don't need to use up the HP on that.
Alright.
It's 1 tackle, and Volucha, perfect. I really want to get the ball to Volucha with as few defenders as possible.
Well, that's rough. Volucha is in heavy coverage right now.
There were 3 there. It was like I could get anywhere between 0 and 3. Okay, so the opponent has 10 block. I have 14 shoot, and this defender is 10 block, and the goalie is 18. 14 against 28 is not a good
no,
odds.
and Volucha has shit pass, if I remember correctly, right?
Volucha has terrible pass, and Volucha has 11 endurance. Jetta has leveled up over the mid over halftime, and Jetta now has 12 attack, which means I have to beat 12 attack with 11 toughness in order to be able to make this shot. But like, this is what, and I did.
Beautiful.
This is the strategy. It's don't play scared. It's just keep.
Hey, any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Exactly. Hope that they get sloppy because they will. Belgerda unfortunately got the ball deep in enemy territory and has a 1 shoot, so it has 5 toughness. That's terrible. Belgerda, you are a bad.
Hey, now we can't turn on our players.
And of course here, 0 pass, ball gets intercepted. There was just not enough pass to make that throw.
To make that fucking work.
Am I regretting not putting Lena in? Who could say?
What was I saying? What was I saying? You didn't listen to your assistant coach and staff.
3, 2, no. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, I would make the Blitzball like field, I think like 150% bigger, like 1.5x size.
I can see that.
I think would make stuff a little bit more interesting. But like you can see, it is not a cakewalk in the park. Is that the phrase? Cakewalk in the park?
It's close enough. I get it.
It's not a birthday cakewalk in the park. Carrot cake. Blappa shoots. And like, just like I've got to keep making the shots, so do they, and one of theirs could work.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be very funny if I'm stuck in this game for forever, not being able to win or lose. Okay, so this is where having a Ronso is great. Cool blue lady lion, incredible endurance. There's no way that Igar is ever going to attack through. So I could have just dribbled there, and I probably should have. If your enemy is intercepting you by coming up to tackle you, you can, rather than you choosing to pass or shoot, you just choose to like, hey, I'm gonna endure your tackle. You're gonna like go past me, and then I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to I'm just gonna keep dribbling. So again, I beat that 12 attack with my 11 defense, because and again, the 14 shot is not gonna be enough for against.
Is there a way that we could capitalize on this rebound by like positioning in such a way that we can get people in heavy coverage to like make a steal, or to fuck them up like right here at as soon as they get the ball, so they're not able to pass it forward?
So we don't have, I don't know if this part's clear. We don't have control over most of our team.
I can see that. I can see.
And we don't have, besides just like calling out formations, we actually don't have control over where our players go when they're on defense.
Did that get through double coverage on a pass?
Double coverage, and had one pass left when it got received.
God.
So if it had been 1 second further away, okay.
Thumbs up.
Great.
So what are the overtime rules?
We're about to see here. Thankfully, my team's leveling up. That's the upside. Overtime.
All right, put her in. We need a closer. It's overtime right now.
The problem is, I mean, I agree. She still might not like clinch it for us, but it's possible that if she was in the whole time. Autoguado now has unlocked her first attack slot, technique slot, which means she's got a few different passes and a few different tackles learned. She also has elite defense, which is her radius for intercepting is further, which is really fun.
That's good for right now when we need as much coverage on their shooters as possible.
And let's see here. I think there's just going to be a bunch of tackles.
Can we tackle their goalie?
Okay. We cannot tackle their goalie. I forgot. So there's Venom, which is poison. Wither, which is their stats. Drain, which takes their HP. There's one more fun status in this game, which is Nap.
They just take a sleepy.
And you can wake them up, like on your team, you can wake them up by throwing the ball at them. They will fumble it, but they'll wake back up.
Oh my god. That sounds like terribly frustrating.
Putting goalies to sleep is a like high level like meta. And then you're putting your like wake up early passive abilities on your goalie and everything. Yeah, let's put on Wither Tackle 2 on our Ronso friend.
All right, your strategy's still the same going into the overtime. It is still the get off as many shots as possible. Push forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a tackle on Shu instead of a pass. and we'll see how we're doing. Volley Shot is a great ability, and Volley Shot 2 would also be fun, but it's a very high HP cost. Of course, Lena comes in and is like, hey, I could be learning all these abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Volley Shots ignore some number of defenders.
Okay.
Just like, hey, you don't have to be tackled or whatever. This is also what makes the Ject Shot particularly good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually, you might not know. The Ject Shot is a big...
I have heard people say Ject Shot before.
That's the game-breaking ability that your main character can get if you confront your daddy issues in a plot-relevant rhythm minigame. It takes like a minute per shot. It takes up so much game clock, but it ignores 2 defenders. It's very good. So yeah,
Right.
Lena was able to get the ball there pretty well.
Nice.
And is about to lose it here, I think.
Don't have. Let's get a better attitude. Let's get a better attitude. He's gonna try to keep it.
Okay. So unfortunately, I chose to break, which means I'm gonna try to have them tackle me. I should have not done that.
And there's no way to go back.
Special time. Yeah, you commit before you tab through the menu. So that's okay. We're just gonna keep. Well, no. I was gonna say we're just gonna keep having everyone in the middle keep tackling each other back and forth.
But this guy's got enough speed to break away. But we got the ball back.
Yes, and Araguado, fastest person in the sphere right now.
Nice.
So I could just like eat up time and like hope for something best.
But
As I go right, my forwards also start going right, unfortunately. Okay, Shu has bad pass, and I didn't give her the extra pass. Just got to give the ball to Volucha and hope she can beat that 12 versus 11 and get lucky twice.
Nice. Pull away. Nope.
Okay. Hey, she leveled up, so now it's 12v12.
Nice.
And her Shu is higher, so now it's 15 versus 18.
Okay.
And I
fumbled the bag.
We got really lucky with those 12v11s. 12v12, that we didn't win that is still mathematically. Okay. So normally Ergo Ronso only has 9 attack. Jutta has 11 defense. I would not be winning this. But I just gave her this cool new technique with her tackle 2. Gives her 5 extra attack on top of the status chance. So I should have this in the bag. Cool. Bam!
Got it. Dead. Knocked out. She's seeing stars!
Okay. Everybody make... Great. I don't know if you can see Volucha there on the top left is behind all the defenders. So if she is equal or higher speed, she's definitely not higher, but she might be equal speed with them, hopefully.
She seemed equal last time.
3 shot on.
Perfect. Close shot.
So I still have to beat 15 to 18, but this is as good a try as we're ever going to get.
Yes!
That's a goal!
Now it's just defense for another 2 minutes.
That's the end of the game.
It's just a sudden death.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the terrifying part of it. This game goes like... Does it go slow, kind of, sometimes? Sure. But does it also go really fast? Yeah!
Outstanding.
So, next I'm going to be going up against the Guado Glories. The Guado are those, they've got really long arms and, like, weird, like, grass plant roots for hair.
Gotcha.
They are, generally speaking, have low endurance.
Okay.
They are not very hardy. Sometimes they have low other stats, but they have very high speed as like a whole. Their whole team is kind of known for high speed. We learned the center attack formation. We can try that out. Yeah.
Very good.
After this, I will save the game. But let's try shoot Volucha. I'm still interested in, getting Valgareth some experience. Once the rest of the team gets up to Lena's level, then I will.
Yeah, Lena coming out as a closer is good, I think.
Okay, so Shu can't learn anything. Just gotta skim over.
So when you're pairing them up with these matchups here, are you more interested in who can learn what, or are you more interested in who's a good matchup for who?
All things being equal, I'm much more interested in who can learn what. It's also the case that this early in the game, both I and my opponents don't know that many techniques.
Okay.
It's one of those things that the game really assumes that your first 10 Blitzball matches, you want to keep it relatively simple. And then the game gets not staggeringly more complex, but modularly more complex as you especially once you reach the level 16, level 18 range. When folks have more HP, when folks have more techniques, when you're in the game, you're having a better chance to recruit folks from opposite teams. So her pass is bad, her shoot is but the Guado Glory's attack is on the whole going to be less than the team we just fought, the Outlet.
That's good.
So I can potentially just take this tackle. Oh, but now she's using a tech to bring it up, and it's so silly because of the way I pulled the other enemies. I used a save editor to set up this whole team, which means both of our teams have Auto Guado on them.
Hell yeah.
So the person I'm competing against here is also on my team.
Can you pick her up?
They have to run out their contract with their current team and choose not to renew, which, I mean, you could just play enough Blitzball games for that to happen, but let's see here. Oh, come on. You are never... This is the great thing about a Ronso against a Guado team here. Ergo Ronso is never going to lose the ball.
I love that. I love that.
14 endurance, could go up against 3 or 4 of their team and not get hurt. This will probably not be a close game. I mean, who's to say? But their goalie only has 10 catch. They may be fast, but I can take advantage of their weaknesses. Whereas the Ronso, who were slow, the Guados are faster than me, so I am therefore slower than them, but I can take advantage of their weakness. The Ronsos were slower than me, but couldn't take advantage of mine.
I see.
And so speed matters unless you can, take advantage of the trade-offs that you're getting to.
Yeah, unless you just take the fucking ball back. Oh, 3 on the runaway.
And because I'm pulling a player from each of the different teams, that means I have one defender who's really fast, because she's from the Guados, and one defender who's really slow but really strong, who's from... And I think that's a fun...
You have a well-balanced team.
It also means whether the forwards, whether the attackers come on the left or right, really affects how the game will go, which I think is fun variability.
I agree with you. Still got possession.
Yep. I haven't come up on the left side here. So one thing not to do against the Guado Glories is assume that you can keep hold of the ball and keep running around, because they will all catch up to you pretty quickly.
And they'll catch up as a unit, so you'll get this double coverage, triple coverage.
Exactly. So this shot is not going to work. It's 15 attack against 10 defense, and so that's where they are going to be strongest, is their defense in terms of being able to swarm you like that. And that pass went to 0, so it gets intercepted.
Nice.
I wish Ergo Ronso had more than one shoot, because I would just take her all the way up and
Mm-hmm.
right into the goalie and be like, none of you can touch me. But she only has one shoot.
So
So,
we have to break and hope somebody else gets in position.
yeah. I can try to bring her up and see if I can bait a bunch of the enemy defenders to like try to swarm her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this counts as cheating.
It feels like a play, but it feels like a play we should not utilize often.
Right.
Does that make sense? It feels like hack-a-shack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially with we've already got one up on them,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So now we're just like clicking down the clock.
But I'm at least gonna make a gap there, so Volucha only has one defender against her instead of 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
I agree.
And this should 12v12. The special ability is really, you know, that extra +3 or +5 here and there really makes a difference. And then block. No! Block! Yes!
Nice.
And this matchup for the third time in 4 minutes. 12v12, which should be a 9v12. You know, I should have the kind of toughness for that. So here, Otaguado comes up against Shu and he's like, I've got this, totally. I've got 7 toughness, Shu only has 5 attack, except I've got weather attack, which hopefully, there we go. Take the ball back. And that's one reason I like Shu as a forward, which no one ever plays her as a forward. I think she's gritty in a fun way. And Otaguado grabs the ball. This is the 5th time in 4 minutes that this one defender has swiped the ball from me.
They're out for your blood.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, the RNG will be in my favor. One of these days. Nope.
That day's not today.
Welcome to 7 a.m. everyone.
I'm getting something set up.
In 15 minutes, we'll do the 720 celebration.
We'll do this wonderful thing that Chris invented, where the moon landing happened on 720, and so Chris has said, hey, you know what, you should donate $7.20, and Chris is a smart motherfucker. I trust Chris's view on that. I think that's a good read. So do that. Whew. So as it comes up, we'll let you know. Are we at halftime or are we at overtime? Are we winning?
We're at halftime. I shot against that one defender so many times. She leveled up like 3 times.
Let's go.
It's not good for me, but it's
that one defender leveled up, or
yeah, their defender.
Oh, let's ungo. No.
Because basically, when you take game actions, you increase your XP. So if you want your goalie to level up, you either have your enemy team shoot on your goal a lot, or you swap in your goalie for a half in a game that you're really confident you're going to win, and then just have your goalie like pass the ball back and forth as practice.
Hell yes.
Which is a little silly. But I think it's okay for video games to be a little bit silly.
You're absolutely correct. When you're done with this game, I have a thing.
With this individual match.
Yes,
right?
when you're done with this match, I have a thing for us.
Great. Say, I probably won't be done with Blitzball for a few hours.
Oh no, yeah, no. When you're done with this match, this is a thing to kind of get us in the correct mindset here.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can find a better. I need more people to release high quality photos because they really don't.
Okay. If something's happening in Twitch chat or in Discord, I am not seeing it.
It's okay.
For what's we should try center attack and see what that does.
Yes.
We'll find out in a little bit.
All right, so we got.
I'm gonna try to. There we go. Okay, Belgerda, who unlike Lina, really can't like handle everything all on her own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna break to 1. I should probably have broken to 2. Break to 1 means have 1 attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Break to 2 is have 2 attack me. No break is I'm just gonna try to throw it past
try
you.
to force it.
You tackle me. Yeah. But I managed it, so now I have 11 pass against 7 block. And let's throw to Urgaronso.
They got a hand on it, but it's still going.
Nope. But pass went to 0. That's a fumble. Or an interception, however you like it. Oh, no defenders.
Oh no.
Point blank range. It's a hand.
Me, you.
The goalie matters so much in this game. Let's bring to shoe. Let's just drive it right up the middle. Okay, 1 defender.
Who's their defender that leveled up?
That's Ada, who's typically the top left side. So I tried to go to the bottom left side, and this is a 10v10 instead of a 12v12. Except for they have a Wither tackle 2, and I didn't press the right button. I'd like to learn that Wither tackle, but
we got him in triple coverage.
Yeah, this won't be difficult. Unfortunately, again, Belgerda, my butch defender who's playing midfield, who's playing center, is going to be the one who gets the ball here, which means then she's got to be the one who passes the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But there are worse things in life than that. Okay, I'm going to toss it down to my Autoguado. And come on, Volucha. You can see all of my team are just lurking at the very center of the sphere because we're on center attack. It's very silly.
I mean, I guess that puts a lot of defense right in the center too, huh? It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but yeah. If we're on defense, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Trying to break for position is also a bad thing to do next against the Guado, because at that point, since they're so fast, they can, even if they tackle right past you, they can swim and catch up.
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Shoe, and I'm curious to try this center attack thing and see whether it gets me into some hey, there's literally no one in the zone there problems, or this where all of the since I'm clumped up, they can be clumped up, and clumping up is always better for whoever doesn't have the ball, because you can do these triple teams like this.
Fucking go.
This is not going to work.
Believe. Heart of the cards.
Sometimes you can look at a triple team and go, I know how the math on this is gonna go. RNG can be in my favor, but not quite.
Not often.
And that's a fumble. Who's gonna pick it up?
Alicia. She can't pass for shit.
Right. I'm just gonna have her break for this tackle and just make a shot from center field, which is a bad idea because it goes 15, 12, 10, 8, 7, 6. The shoot really
yeah, it really degrades.
Drops off.
That's the water resistance.
Exactly. You can see the ball has or you might never see it. The ball is covered in weird little nodules and everything to help with the aerodynamics through the water.
It's so fucking fun.
Blitzball, good sport.
Good sport, well thought out.
Could be a better video game, but
Who gives a shit? We're not here to play video games, we're here to play sports.
yeah, that's what I meant. I don't think I can do the center attack anymore. I gotta go back to back to normal.
Has OBS had it with me? Is it freezing as I'm doing too much shit? No, we're good. We're good. OBS is unfrozen.
Okay. It's okay with me if you don't do the ambitious thing you're gonna show me.
It's not ambitious. It is. I was just mixing things off of my mixer.
You ready for one more Autoguado attempt?
Make it happen. Make it happen.
9 versus 12, but it's gonna be 12 versus 12. Autoguado didn't use her technique.
Love it.
Oh, goalie gets one hand on it.
Heartbreaking, heartbreaking. Are they going to be able to make it across the field in 10 seconds?
Oh, nah. It also would take that long for the ball to get to the goal, and then we count it as a score. So, and Autoguado is probably going to get a tip on it at the very least. There we go. Time's up.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Give me one quick second, and so
Valgerda leveled up twice. That's great to see.
let me take a second here, and we're gonna go. You know, the important thing about a game is a post-game press conference. You'll see we are both set and ready and loaded. Juliet, we have some important questions for you at this game. You know, you came out with the win, and that was impressive. That was fantastic. But, you know, Auto leveled up big time against your player. How did that affect your play as you went forward?
You know, the thing is, every time we take a shot, they get experience points. But you know what the thing is, Riley?
What?
Every time we take a shot, we get experience points.
You're damn right. Who would you say really brought the team together during this match? Who do you think really was the reason that you came out on top?
So I want to extend our organization's love and respect towards Lina, who's, you know, on the IR right now, but is such a force behind the scenes, on the bench, supporting her team. Even if she's not in uniform, she's there. She's in the underwater dugout.
I've heard she's a great locker room presence. Like, she's back there.
Valgerda, you know, had to make some riskier, harder calls and on the underwater pitch in the sphere. And, you know, I don't question my players about the decisions they make in the sphere. I trust them to make those decisions. Do they always pan out? No, but that's the big game. That's the game on the big underwater ball that we all play.
That's the game. They always say, you know, come down, bring it to the sphere. Let's see what happens. Final question for you here today. Who are you looking to see improvements from for next game?
So, long-time fans of our club know that I have a lot of faith in Shu. Volucha's been our top scorer for this whole tournament. I want to see Shu make the top scorer, maybe alongside Volucha, maybe above Volucha, coming into the league that's coming up. We got the attack reels on this. We're going to get the golden arm on Volucha. That's okay. I think we could do better. I expect better from her. I think the rest of our team coming together can do well. I'd love to see Ergoronso's shot count up above the number 1, which is numerically incapable of scoring. But I really got high hopes for this Shu kid.
All right, thank you for that. We're gonna let you go to the next game. Get back to the locker room and celebrate. Thank you for taking time with us after the match today.
I don't actually get top score because Bixen scored 9 goals.
Absurd. Absurd.
The good news is I did get the attack reels, which helps Waka, the Blitzball player. He's one of your teammates in like the RPG part of the game. His attack is a Blitzball.
In the RPG part of the game is such a loaded, like, In the RPG part of Final Fantasy X.
He takes the Blitzball and he beams the opponents with it, and it bops off them, and he catches it back. That's his attack. He's really good at hitting flying enemies because he can beam them in the air
God,
and move
that's so
off.
funny.
Imagine you're fighting like a kaiju in the middle of a hurricane, you know what I mean? And you're on the roof of an airship, and it's up there, and you're like, I bet I can make this shot. Beam!
God.
And then it catching it on the. Anyways, that's great. We're gonna save our game real quick here,
Oh yeah.
because we all know in the world of sports, you never know when stuff is gonna mess up.
You never know
Also
when
fun.
it's gonna break bad.
Our main character's name, HEXtra Life. We are in the city of Luca. We are in the city of Blitzball, which means not only can we go to the safe point and play Blitzball there, not only could we recruit. Oh, is this Biggs or Wedge? It's one of them. I genuinely don't know what the square button is here to recruit them.
So there would be X, right?
It should be. Maybe. Is are they actually here? Oh, there it is. It's Wedge, who I don't want. And Biggs, from Star Wars.
It's a good joke. I like the joke every time.
Oh no.
What?
Okay, I don't want to sing them. Yeah, who are both potential Blitzball players. Anyways, so I'm gonna come right over here, talk to her, and be like, "Hey, do you want to play Blitzball?" And the answer is, "I do want to play Blitzball."
Right, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I trust you and your coaching ability. Also, I love the fact in the post-game interview you got a little bit more New York as time went on. You just like, hey, baby, it's the Mets. How you know I love the Mets?
Oh no. This does not look good. This is why we saved the game. So I booted up a league, which is longer than tournament play, and it has the same team on each side. Okay, maybe there's just a graphical glitch. It said the Luca Goers versus the Luca Goers. Game 2, the Luca Goers versus the Luca Goers.
Oh,
Game
no.
3, the Luca Goers versus the Luca Goers. I'm like, that's not quite right.
That doesn't feel correct.
Okay, I will. I'll try to win this game before you are back. It will
I
not
trust
happen,
you. I will be right
but I will
back.
try. I forget that the audience though is still here. Hi. So I'm gonna try to get grip gloves on Shu. I'm gonna try to get wither tackle on Balgerda. I'm going to try to get nothing on Urga, and I would love for Mew to learn grip gloves, but she needs to learn her key techniques first. So Pa and Noi, who's gonna be the keeper, the goalie, are the ones to watch out for. So one thing that most people would know to do is to keep canceling in and out of the menu until you get the right rewards you want from the league. We're going to be here for a few hours, so while that's a smart thing to do, given the amount of time commitment that a league represents, it's... Ooh, bad attack from Balgerda. Decent block from Velucha, and there we go. Shu with the pass. We're gonna try to break everyone, and we're just gonna make a shoot. A shot? Just gonna make a shot, There we go. Beautiful defending by Shu. There's no chance of this being a shot on goal, but Shu learned a new tech. And that counts for a lot. Let's see here. Guado against Zazie Guado. Venom Tackle to make that 12 attack, and not enough. Point Break, no defenders, and decides to pass it. That's artificial intelligence for you. That's why we don't let them make art. Obviously, that's not why we don't let them make art. Ronso, and they're just passing back. They are grinding XP right in front of my face. This is embarrassing, honestly. I am being embarrassed right now. There we go. And, we're up against the Guado Glories again. We still have not played against the Luca Goers or the Kilka Beast. Yikes. Because we finished one tournament where, not every team plays against every team, and now we started a league. And in the leagues, teams do play against each other. So we'll get a chance to play against everyone. That's the way a league works. Just a few more games, a tournament. You can sometimes get done in 2, at most 3. 10 against 12. I made the save. 15 against 10. Shoot to catch. Come on. Grip gloves. Yes! That's a shot on goal for Velucha.
Fantastic work. Fantastic work.
So we're up against the Glories again because we've started a league in a tournament. Of course, it's a tournament, so not everyone plays everyone. Especially if you are winning, you don't play against people who've already lost a game. In a league, however, we are almost guaranteed to play against everyone. Or rather, we're guaranteed to play against almost everyone. We typically won't play against ourselves because we are only in one place at
What
one
is
point in
what is the
time.
name of our team?
So the name of our team is... We could come up with a fun name for it that we're calling it within our fiction of No Sleep Till Blitzball.
Mhm.
But the name of the team is the Besaid Oryx. Besaid being the island that a great deal of the early part of the game takes place on.
Mhm,
That Yuna and her entourage grew up on. It's a little island. It's a pretty small town with its own temple. Let's see here. I've got 2 defenders, so I can just do a normal attack here. And Oryx, Aurochs, being a name for a, I believe, now extinct form of like Highland cattle, or like oxen.
Mhm.
If you've played the game Magic: The Gathering, in the Ice Age expansion, Oryx show up a bunch as kind of a tribal oxen mechanic because they're a hardier, earlier form of oxen. If you think about like as maize is to corn, Oryx are to like beef and dairy cattle.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I was noticing this as I was rewatching some clips when I was running to the restroom. Can you say something really quick?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Am I coming through the right microphone?
No, you
I
are.
have not checked Discord. Okay.
You are. I'm just checking audio, making sure that audio is synced with voice. Because that was a thing I was noticing in a clip, but I don't know if it was just my phone being bad.
Okay, good. Yeah, my audio looks fine on my end.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about both Blitzball and Final Fantasy X as a whole is they are very conducive to just needing to pause for a second. Unlike basically every other Final Fantasy game, combat in the game is it's very, very fast turn-based rather than active what they call an active time battle, which means if you are, for instance, a person who falls asleep a lot out of nowhere for anywhere between like 10 seconds to 10 minutes, you can do that and the game won't punish you for doing that.
Love that.
I mean, obviously, it's going to take longer to beat the game, but you are, hey, Belgarda learned Wither Tackle. That's fun.
Fuck yes.
The game will just like pause on whatever stage you're. Similarly, any point that you have to make a decision in Blitzball, it's just happy to like hang out.
Yeah, let you really think and ponder.
Which means you can check your, whatever. You can check your audio. You can let it ride until you need to make a decision point. Let's see here. Downside to this team, I don't have a good replacement goalie. The closest thing I have is Otto here.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, I'm probably going to need to substitute my goalie in to be one of the players who just passes the ball back and forth, or maybe tries to make a few shots on goal. The good news is Miu, my goalie, has incredible toughness and incredible attack, and atrocious passing and blocking. 17 endurance, 14 attack, 2 pass, 2 block, 4 shoot. So I probably won't do that against the Guado Glories because they are such a fast team. I wouldn't do against the Abed Sites. I might do against the Ronso Fangs, maybe. I'm likely to do it against the Goers, the Luca Goers in particular. I also have Kulakan here, who may or may not feature now that more of my team's around level 8, level 7.
May not have a future with this club.
You can only play so many players each game, and I don't know if you have this experience with Pokemon or other like RPGs or other sports games. If you're trying to like just keep your party all a given level, or your party plus one other Pokemon that you're like rotating in and out, all the same level, that's one thing. As soon as you're like, and I have all these extra people who I'm also going to keep rotating in and out to try to keep the same level, you end up like, you're wasting a lot of XP, right?
Yeah.
That's my experience anyways.
No, I'm somebody who like tries to like, as is evident from the conversations earlier about Pokemon, I am someone who just tries to like, I want to amp up one motherfucker and have them be the strongest in the world. That is just the person that I am, the soul that I am. Why not bigger players simply eat the smaller players? that just would make sense. How the fuck do I change? How in Photoshop do I get the swatches? There we go. Ignore me. I'm not doing anything.
That is A-okay. I really want Ergoronso, but there's so many people right there. Oh well, it's not like they can literally do any damage to her. Cool. That's the other thing. If you are, because the clock only goes while the ball's in the air or you're dribbling, if you get 2 players who you want to grind XP together, like right up to each other, they'll just be like, pass the ball, and then the ball is caught, and then pass the ball, and the ball is caught, because they're like literally like handing it back and forth. And so like, well, it takes time for you to go through the menus and everything. Like, that's not game clock going off, so it's fine.
You've heard about football time. Let me introduce you to.
The other way this segment could have gone is if we started Final Fantasy X at 6 a.m. in the morning and then tried to get to the segment of the game where Blitzball unlocks before the segment is over. I think this version of this segment is also fine, but I want to call out that as a potential other way to
Enjoy
construct.
Blitzball. Enjoy Blitzball. Fuck.
Yeah. Then we would probably just be playing with the starting team, who are pretty bad. They have a very, if I say a very Anakin pod racer situation, would you understand
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they're rickety. They're like, I think this thing is gonna kill you if you try to take it out there on the field.
not only have you never won a race, you've never finished a race
Uh-huh.
before. Like,
Uh-huh.
like that sort of level of bad. Every one of your players has like at least one pretty glaring weakness. Um, the thing about your team is eventually they get to be like a B plus team if you level them all up to like level 90. Which is not the amount of investment that you want to put in to get like a B plus team. Um
Yeah,
uh
I watch Chicago sports. I know how painful that is. Put a lot of work into a B plus team.
yeah. Uh I was brought up to be a Bengals fan. Uh and then at a certain point I was like, I can't watch football. I don't like what it does to
Mm-hmm.
both my and other people's emotions like during
Mm-hmm.
the course of it. I'll just watch the highlights or whatever. And I also was like, I'm not getting anything out of the Bengals, who like consistently make the playoffs and then lose the first
Then
game
fumble the
of the
fucking
playoffs.
bag.
Like over and over. Oh no.
What?
That's the first they scored a goal on us,
Oh no.
which means it's time to ha 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 ha. And so, I was like, I really don't have like, I like Cincinnati, but I don't have any like
Emotional
that
ties.
right, like that strong of an emotional tie. And I just like I didn't like what the Bengals were doing as an institution very much. And it felt like there was never going to be any improvement there.
Mm-hmm.
And so you may or may not be able to see where this is going to go.
Well,
I was like, why don't I pick a team that I'm confident is going to get better? And how can you be confident that a team is going to get better unless they're literally the worst team that you could possibly get? That's right. I decided to become a fan of the Cleveland Browns.
God.
Because I thought, well, here's the thing. They literally are losing every single game. There's
Yep.
nowhere to go here but up.
That's people always are saying that, but I would like to recommend to them that the idea that you could just stay bad.
I'm going to say for the record, I am not currently a fan of the Cleveland Browns or any NFL football institution. Hello to whoever has joined our call. I cannot see right now.
Hey, this is Catherine. I think I'm in the wrong place. I don't know what sports are. I'm here to dramaturg.
Oh. Hello.
Catherine, the other host of I'll Be Pod for Castmas, here to help dramaturg the idea of Blitzball and also give you a break, Riley, if you need one.
Oh, I'm up now, but I before like we switched to dramaturgy, I do want to say when I got into when I was like, okay, like I'm gonna try to get into football, and I bounce off, and my family really likes it. I was like, I'm gonna pick just a weirdo fucking team. You know what team I picked was the Cincinnati Bengals. And so I have a Chad Ochocinco jersey.
Great.
That is
God, I forgot about Ochocinco.
it is quilted into a t-shirt quilt that my mother-in-law made me. So it's like a bunch of like my childhood shirts, and then why
did I shoot the ball? I tried to pass there and I shot the ball with one shot from across the field. What a terrible choice.
What makes them terrible? Who are the Cincinnati Bengals?
They're a NFL. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave for a second. I'm gonna take a bio break while Riley tells you about the Cincinnati Bengals club. I'll be right back.
Excellent.
So one of the magical things. First off, hello.
Hi.
Second off, one of the magical things about sports as we know it is sometimes a team can just be a team can be bad, a team can be good, and a team can be almost good enough. And that last one's the worst thing you could possibly be.
Almost good enough. Okay.
The worst thing you could possibly be, in my opinion, as a sports fan, is you could almost make it every year, and then you could fuck up. You could fumble it at the last second. You could lose the whole fucking thing, and that is.
But at least you're consistent, right?
It is. It's consistent, but it's a consistent like. It's
bad.
always the fucking bridesmaid, never the bride. You know what I mean? You're just like,
okay.
Fucking again, goddamn it. And the Bengals hit that a little bit. The player I was just referencing is a player from like 2010 or so. My man's name was Chad Ochocinco. He was an okay wide receiver, number 85 on the Bengals, and I believe he legally changed his name to Ochocinco, which is not even the right way to say 85. but he did it.
Yikes.
And so it's just, I remember watching that team for 2 years, and it was just, they just hit playoffs and then can't do anything, and then you're stuck in this kind of like nightmare zone of like, you will never do bad enough unless you blow up the entire team, and you'll never do good enough unless you like get a stroke of luck in life.
Two important things to add to this idea are it is not easy to make the playoffs. You've got to win a lot of games and do pretty good, but then once you're in the playoffs, it's single elimination. As soon as you lose, you're out for the rest of the season. And so, like, getting to that point where like we do have hope, and then losing was so consistent for like so many years. Yes, the Chad Ochocinco thing. Ochocinco itself is a kind of.
You know what? I'm going to try to connect this to a production of Jane Eyre I just saw, where it was very polished, but it wasn't very good. So it's like, yes, you like hit all the notes where like you're doing technically the things you need to do to get to what will be a like successful theatrical production, but also it's not like exciting to watch. I feel cold watching, so it's like you're not winning the Super Bowl. It's polished but not good. That's the closest I can get to relating to this.
Now, also imagine if the worse your theater company was, the better funding you got the next year.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's actually very similar. This was at like the best theater in Rochester.
If you are a good theater company, then they're like, well, you don't need help. And you're like, well, but that's not necessarily. I would like help.
That's really infuriating. I feel like that's similar to schools, where it's like, oh, you have to perform well on standardized tests to get funding. But then, like, wait, is it the other way around? I'm sorry, I'm just awake now.
do not worry. We are
So,
early on.
In
You have
many
so much
sports,
to learn.
and in specifically sports that feature a draft, in even more specifically in National Football League football, the worse you do, the higher your draft picks are in the next season, which means when it comes to like the college football players who are now eligible to be like picked, you get like first pick of those players. Which means whoever the best player is coming up will probably go to the worst team to try to help balance out those scales.
Ostensibly. There are important notes here that it doesn't usually work like that.
You don't know. Well, one big key is you really don't know how good a player is going to be because college football success does not translate to like professional success.
Yeah.
If you have a bad organization, a good player coming in may not make a difference.
There's a situation right now with the Chicago Bears where the Bears have what is like, I don't know if they drafted Justin Fields, but like they have what is ostensibly someone who was a very good quarterback on paper and has kind of just absolutely blown chunks the entire time. And so people are trying to figure out, well, was he ever actually going to be good, or did the Bears
the institution that ruined him? Yeah. the key thing with how all this contributes to the Bengals is the Bengals were never bad enough that they were then getting priority position to pick up better players the next year. So their ability to improve was kind of hamstrung.
Which then leads into the next thing, which is the way to win then, the way to get low enough, to score low enough to get into the I'm going to get a better players zone means that you are tanking. You are intentionally losing, which you're not allowed to do.
We're like, hey, we might have won 4 games this year out of, I don't know, 13 or however many regular season games at this point. They keep extending the schedule. But instead, we're going to like sabotage our team, not by like intentionally injuring the players, but we're going to make some questionable decisions to make sure we win 0 games. We lose every game in order to get better draft picks next year so that we can win everything next year. That's the idea of like tanking. You're like intentionally losing.
And are you ready for the kicker? It's not 100% odds that you will get. Like, if you are the worst team, you are then in a raffle to get the lowest position.
Two notes I want to bring up. I want to point out our Blitzball. So we're up against the Ronso Fangs, and now we've all leveled up both them and us a little bit. And I've got in Belgarada my like heavier hitting center. Gazna Ronso is such a big lion guy. Even with my strongest like bonus special attack, that's still not going to be equal to his defense. I'm still going to try it because I might be able to wither him. The other thing I would say is, imagine if you like had 2 different auditions in the same week and you needed to like intentionally flub one in order to make sure you weren't cast in one thing, but you needed to not make a bad impression on those people so that you could be like cast by them in the future, but you really need to make sure you're cast in the second show and not the first one. It's that sort of like weird metagamey to try to throw, but not so much. As you can see on the minimap here, we're just so much faster than the Ronso Fangs that this will not
is that true for all sports, or is it just football?
American sports love a draft, and it is unclear why.
And a draft, if you're not familiar, is where like, hey, there's all of the players who are newly eligible, and teams pick them one at a time in some sort of specified order, and they can actually like pay, like, oh, you were going to pick second, and I was going to pick 8th. I will pay you to swap our positions and that sort of thing. So it's
something that's confusing me is I imagine that like a team's success is not just the net total of how good each player is, but would also be like the alchemy of like balancing out pros and cons and like having a team that works well together. So how does that factor in?
Buddy.
It factors in a lot, I would say.
I take a long drag of a cigarette and I stare at Jimmy Butler in basketball for hours. You can often have somebody who rules, but his locker room poison. So like they drain the lives of the people around them.
Yeah. And there's some head coaches who are good at putting the team together, but not as good at like calling the plays on the field and like analyzing individual strategies and everything. There's some coaches who are really great at calling plays, but not great at making the right organization. Look at Hugh up in down at Cincinnati and up in Cleveland. Like, I think a great play caller and a bad organization runner, unfortunately. And there's some people who like, hey, they're medium at all the other stuff, but they can really bring out the most in players, but then they burn out because that takes so much, work and energy to do.
That was how people viewed Tom Thibodeau, the coach of the Chicago Bulls, for a long time, because he would push players so fucking hard, and like we still wouldn't make it. We still couldn't seal the deal. But like he was a good coach because if you could fucking like he squeezed blood out of a rock. And like we had great players then, but we could just never fucking win. Catherine, quick question: do you want to be on camera or no?
Um, I I don't
I
really
didn't-
know what this
I didn't
is. I just stumbled on here.
Oh,
Oh, we're live. I've said
Hi.
we're on a live stream. I told Catherine when to be on, but
say what?
we're in a live stream for a charity for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals.
Yep.
I don't see your faces. Are you both on?
Yeah,
camera?
yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
sure.
hold on. I'm gonna give
I'll
you a
send-
link so you don't have to come into the voice chat if you don't want to. You don't have to come to the visual chat if you don't want to, but you absolutely can if you want to.
Okay.
No, I
But
don't
let
have a
me
mouse.
give you a little tag here. If you go to, how can I do this best? You go into, I've just tagged you into this Discord channel. How Discord savvy are you?
Not.
That's fair. Do you see a little red dot came up?
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. I'll try to stream plan.
Yes. If you want to see us, you can just click on that link, or you can follow Riley's Stuff to Figure Out Video Ninja on the fly. I would say, while I love you and I support you, and I'd be happy if you were on camera, it is not a obligation.
I've edited a third share into our post
Oh,
game
great.
seat.
Oh. Okay, I can start watching. Is that the same thing as?
Yeah, so if you click the Twitch link that Juliet posted, you will see
Yeah.
us on a slight delay, and you
Yes.
will
Yeah.
see what we are doing. On the link
Yeah.
under that will put you in a camera room where you can see Juliet and me and the game that Juliet is playing.
Mhm.
Ah. Okay.
If you watch the stream, if you just watch the Twitch link, I would recommend muting it, because otherwise you will hear us and yourself twice.
The password is incorrect.
Yeah, the password is, this is a full sentence password
With the spaces.
with the spaces all
Uh-huh.
lowercase, no space
That's
at
fine.
the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's okay to say that live because the people at home don't have the.
Yeah, you don't
the
have my
link.
link, so you can't get in.
I did not know you could have spaces in a password. So this is.
All my passwords have full sentences because I think it's very funny, and it's
It's like
infuriating
a-
whenever I have to share them.
Correct staple battery horse. Is that the?
Ah, yes. Okay, on the third try, I got in.
You can click
Join-
share camera and not share camera, and that will just, or if you want to, you can. Again, Godspeed. we are truly in whatever you care about. It is 6 a.m., almost 7.
It is.
8. We're...
Yeah. We are East Coast bedtime folk. Though I suppose it's the opposite of bedtime. It's the morning. Let's bring in Kulakan for the first time, who is actually we might bring in Miu, who's an okay. Yeah, and then let's put in Otta for Patcher. And so we're really gonna.
How has
gonna
this
mix
game
it up.
been going? They have a point, right? Have we scored?
Oh, that game finished.
Oh,
We won that game
missed the
3-1.
post-game press conference setting up the new.
But it's okay because that one was slightly glitched at the end of a league built into that save game. So we've started. This is the first match of the new league that we're actually doing. for the stats field.
Okay. So we did. We went back to our save.
Mhm.
Heard.
We did technically win that game, but we lost the match because every team in the whole league had exactly one win because they were all the same team, which again only happens in weird version.
I love.
How many?
Hello. Let's see.
Hi.
Oh, hi, it's Catherine. Catherine, I love
I'm
you
a
so much.
complete novice. So, like, who are you
Yeah.
playing? And how many teams are there?
So there's many, probably 6. Okay, there's Besaid Oryx, which is us. The Luca Goers, which are one of my favorite teams of all time, because in
They
terms
go.
of team name, yeah, because oh, what do they do? Are they the Warriors? Are they the anything? No, they're the Goers. They're people who go. Yeah. So Besaid Oryx, Kilika Beasts, Luca Goers, Guado Glories, Ronso Fangs, and Albed Sight. So there are 6 teams total. We're playing a game that is basically underwater soccer? Kind of.
Technically, a little, yeah.
Are we fish?
No, we're people who
Mer people.
Well-
so the water is, you play in a big floating water sphere that is like must be like slightly oxygenated, presumably. The halves are 5 minutes long, and in the fiction, you assume through the whole first game that like, oh, there's weird magic going on here, and there probably is some combination of magic and technology. But it is also the case that all of the players are able to hold their breath for over 5 minutes. Which, like, imagine playing a sport while holding your breath underwater. That could be rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to bring in Shu as our right forward. We're going to set up.
I do not understand how Extra Life's page works. I'm trying to add in, because since we've raised $4,000 so far, I'm trying to add in our future goals. I'm just having so much trouble figuring out how this works.
So we're really mixing it up this time. We're bringing Lina in, but not as midfielder. We're bringing her in as right fielder. Shu's gonna stay our left forward, our left fielder. Our midfielder, our center is Kulikan, showing up for the first time. We're bringing in our goalie to be our left defender, Miyu, to get her some experience. Erga Ronso and Shu are the only two staying in their main positions. And Adeguado, Riley, do you know what a position pitcher is?
A what? A position pitcher?
I think they're called a position pitcher, right? When you have like a third baseman or a first baseman come in and pitch because you don't have any pitchers left in your dugout.
I did not know that had a name, but yes, I know exactly what you're describing.
Swing?
It's a thing you like a swing. Like a swing, but imagine the dance did permanent long-term damage to your body because you were throwing a ball at 99 miles per hour.
Okay.
It's probably not a great analogy, but I'm sure there are dancing
There's
swing
a lot of
effects.
very brutal dancing on the body. So yeah, let's put that.
Lena's got volley shot, and we'll see whether she's got the HP for it now. Kulikan with elite defense and golden arm. Let's put on brawler on Kulikan, which means she can participate in encounters from really far away and elite defense. Maybe we put on venom tackle in brawler. So Kulikan's really gonna be mixing
Some
it up.
question: are these like actual humans playing?
They are in the fiction. Yes, though they're not all like exclusively human. Some of them are other fantasy species. These
but
are
these are like, they're not like people sitting at home waiting desperately to see.
No,
correct.
This is not an
Yeah,
Ender's Game situation.
This is a single player game
Okay.
from a long time ago. And we're about to go into the 3D part in a second here. It's not just menus. Sports games. They're not just Pac-Man anymore.
I would actually like. There's a thing that NBA games do, where you can like, association mode or whatever, where you're the coach. You don't actually play the damn game. You just go like, okay, I'm gonna hire this coaching staff. I'm gonna move this guy over here, and I would love that. But then it breaks down even further to, and now my silly little players will play their silly little games, and those are 12 people sitting at home.
It is. There's like Football Manager as its own game and everything at this point. So we are finally leveled up just enough that we have high enough HP pools. You can see Lina has like 347 HP. Whenever she's holding the ball, she's going to lose basically 1 HP every like half second. You know, like every like game tick.
Sorry, what's an HP?
Like health points, like your stamina kind of. And then I'm also showing this to Riley because we haven't gotten to see much of this.
Mm-hmm.
The higher level techniques, like so Venom Pass 2, Napshot 2, stuff like that, cost in the hundreds into the like many hundreds of HP,
Okay.
which is much less of an issue when you have 1,000. A huge issue when you only have 100, but like especially when we're right in this spot where you have like between 200 and 350 HP, we're like, okay, I'm only going to be able to do 2 of these 120 HP passes.
How does
and
our
then I'm
HP
done.
regenerate over the game, or is
It will, unless you're poisoned, in which case it will tick down even when you don't have the ball, and you won't be able to replenish. Anyways,
Venom Pass will decrease the opponent's HPs.
so Venom Pass will cost me a bunch to do. It'll boost up my pass, and it will poison them if they try to block.
Okay.
I'm going to just show it off here. I don't particularly need it necessarily, but Lovelina, they didn't block it. They just got a hand on it, so it did not poison them, but it also didn't damage my thing. And I'm going to try a break. They have 10 attack. I have 11 endurance. I'm going to try to shoot. I have 11 shoot. They have 10 catch. So I've got to get lucky twice, but not so lucky. I should, if the RNG is totally neutral, if the random number generation is totally neutral, I could win both of those things. But I beat the defender and couldn't shoot past the goalie. I'm playing against the Ronso Fangs, who are all blue lion people. They're Ronsos. That's they're big blue cat people.
The tails.
And they are slow but very, very strong. I'm curious if there are there a lot of characters in like the literary canon who, or like archetypes that we think about when we think about characters who are incredibly strong but unable to move quickly enough to like adapt to the situations around them.
The BFT, maybe?
Sure. I'm wondering whether like
Like a trope?
yeah. Do you think like Othello or like Julius Caesar would fall under this?
Oh, like metaphorically unable to adapt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, actually, that's probably a lot of the Shakespearean royalty would be
Mm-hmm.
very powerful, like King Lear, especially.
Mm-hmm. I suppose
Very
Duncan
powerful,
probably
unable
counts.
to- What was that?
Duncan from Macbeth probably counts, but the Scottish plays. There was a whole section on curses last night.
are we technically in a theater right now?
Yeah. You know what Shakespeare says.
Also the dental?
That's what I meant.
Please come see my play.
I love both of you very much. All the world's a stage, and we are merely player.
Weezer, yes. From the song Greatest Band That Ever Lived off the Red Album. Yeah, I know that.
I'd say that because, especially in the past few years, a lot of theater has moved online, it is probably fair to say any, like, online space where there are performances counts as a stage.
And there is an audience watching us, which I think.
Yeah, oh, I forgot. Yeah, definitely then. Yeah, I can't. Gotta refer to it as the cottage play then.
Mm-hmm.
When you were mentioning literary characters who fail to adapt, is there could you say that Dracula, after coming to England and fucking back off to not England after getting his shit rocked and being unable to adapt to England, works?
Catherine, do you know Dracula very well?
No, not.
Yeah, I only kept up with the first week of Dracula Daily. I just was too busy with the movie. So I admit, Dracula might be like a missing spot in our total knowledge. Riley, why don't you tell us about the story of Dracula and what did Dracula have a tragic flaw like a hamartia
He
that caused his like ultimate downfall?
so Dracula's in his fucking castle he's in his castle. He hires a London like English real estate agent to come live with him. Be like, "Oh, let me talk about I want to get real estate in England." Cuz he wants to move out of Transylvania cuz everyone there is kind of wise to his shtick, right? So like he needs to learn to be an Englishman, so he holds this man hostage in his castle for like 4 months. And so just like learning his mannerisms, reading his maps, like just like getting an understanding of what London is. And then he loads a boat with a bunch of dirt to bury his coffin in, so he has like the dirt of where he lived, so he can travel over sea and show up in this box of dirt in his coffin. And he's there for a little bit, and then he's like, "Oh, geez, this place is really Catholic." He like can't interact well there. And after like bouncing off, after causing a little bit of a mess, but then getting a lot of people into his going, "Hey, I think this is a vampire going on over here," he kind of runs back to Transylvania. I believe, if I understand it correctly, and if I remember it correctly. But so you could say his tragic fall is that he shows up and he's like, "I clearly have lived for years. I know what to do." And it goes, "I do not know what to do." Oh, no. Yeah. That's
the
that.
hubris, yeah.
Is hubris the most common classical flaw amongst professional sports athletes?
Well, not for me.
Tell me more? Question mark? An incredible answer to that question. Like, yeah. When I think about answers to questions, one that always comes to mind for me is when Alicia Campora was asked in Hard Luck, I think it was, "What do you know about horses?" and says, "Oh, anything." Not everything.
Yeah, anything.
It's like, wait, what? So, sorry, Riley. Can you talk to me about what you meant by that?
I thought it was a funny thing to say.
Oh, okay. Great.
I meant that what's better than going like, "Is hubris the most common problem?" And me going, "Yeah, for other people, but I would never remit with my own hubris." I'm different. I don't think I would say that hubris is the most common thing amongst athletes, right? Because like, it's not that the athletes that like smoke their own, like that like have their head up their own ass usually can back it up, and like that's how you could do that, right? Like Jimmy Butler on the Philadelphia 76ers taking the entire bench against the secondary players who weren't on the main starting lineup against the starting lineup, and then winning, and then ending that shouting, "You fucking need me," is well, you're right, Mr. Butler. You are correct. And so it's not often hubris. It is often just the toxicity that comes with sucking your own farts.
Well, that's not the saying. So Riley, if you want to take us to
oh yeah,
the other scene real quick, we just finished our first game of the league.
Yes.
And we are not the top scorer. Oh, yeah, we are not the top scorer. Shu did not get a shot off. I was focusing on leveling up Miyu. So the results of the first round of the league: Glories against the Beasts. The Guado Glories scored 3-2, and Guerra Guado got 2 shots. So in addition to wanting to win the most games in this league, we also want to have the single player who has the most goals across the entire league, across all 6 games. Across all 6 games we play, across all 6 times 6, however many that is divided by 2. 18, I think. Something like that. Anyways, 3 times 6. Anyways, the ideal is that we get multiple players who are tied, multiple players on our team who are tied for top scorer in a league. Whether we'll get there, we'll see. It's gonna be difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, let's go to. Oh yeah, here we are.
Also, Catherine, do you want to be on camera? I have a third chair that I have made on this Twitch layout for you. If you'd like to sit on the post game table with us, I will send you a picture of what that looks like because that is only on. Actually, wait, no, I can just do this.
Catherine, I love Catherine. I don't know. Are you familiar with how post game recaps at like news press conferences at sports games look or sound?
No.
It's
Am I
a
not on
lot.
camera now?
You're on camera
Yeah,
for
you-
me, but I did not put you
for
live
us.
to the audience because I wanted
Yeah.
to clarify with you explicitly that that is okay.
I appreciate that.
It's a lot like at like Playwrights Fest when the folks are like covering.
Mentors. Yeah.
But imagine that those people are like the press trying to write a column, and the like director and actor are like defending their choices being made.
So it's like a press conference.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever heard of a press conference, a uniquely sport idea before?
Appreciate you trying to tie into theater something that is also within my wheelhouse.
Catherine, who is frequently published in actual newspapers. Anyways, Riley, I think you're the reporter on this one.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Julia, for coming out and answering a few questions. Thank you. So this is your first game of the tournament. I want to know how you feeling about your future after coming out of this. How you feel about the rest of the series? Do you have faith in your team, or do you really need to make some changes?
There's always more improvement to be made.
Mm-hmm.
There's always further we can go. I believe in my team. We got an outstanding victory, 2-0, shutout. Very happy with that. But 2-0 isn't good enough.
No.
We need to be putting those numbers up. We need to be getting those points from Shu.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be getting her in position. I don't care what her numbers are. I care about what her numbers are. You know what I mean? I don't care what her shoot stat is. I care about her goals that she has made. I care about the goals that she will make. She will be top of the standings by the end of the league. We have 5 games left in the league that we play. She will be number 1. Velucha may also be number 1. Lina may also be number 1. I do not care.
Number 1 can go around.
Did
There's a lot of space for number 1.
Center.
Now,
Our
Coach, if
new
you don't
center,
mind,
fantastic.
Coach, if you don't mind me saying, you can't spell shoot without shoe.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
It is also spelled S-H-U-U, just for the record.
Yeah, it's shoot.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
You see the banners in our home stadium in Besaid, which does not have a stadium.
Well, we will after this.
Exactly. We're bringing it home. First time ever, we're bringing it home.
And finally here, just to, I know you got a busy schedule ahead of you. Do you have any plans to change up your starting lineup? Can you give us a look into what that'll be for next round?
I think we're bringing Miyu back to be keeper. I liked the audacity of bringing her out. I thought Otto did a fine job on goal. Fine job, totally. We support Otto in there every week and helping out in a pinch. I liked seeing Kulakan as center. I think we're going to see her play over Balgerda in most of these matchups.
Okay.
So we'll see if and where Lina gets a spot. We'll see if and where Velucha gets a spot. I'm keeping Shu in. I'm keeping Kulakan in. I'm keeping Miyu in as goalie.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for your time today, Coach.
Yeah. For new contract, yes.
I love this fucking game. Thank you for playing with me in this space.
Sorry. I don't know if you got the game up. Yeah, I have to do. Thankfully, I wish it was a little bit more of a mini game, but yeah, I'm doing contract negotiations for re-signing the players, depending on when their
Salary?
contracts end.
Yeah. Tell me more about the contract negotiations. Yeah, are they salary? Are they like?
It's a per game wage. So the thing that makes Blitzball different from most other games
Oh, sorry.
is
Hold on.
it's played.
There we go.
Yeah. The thing that makes Blitzball different from most other games is it is played in Spira,
Mm-hmm.
continent, the land of Spira.
Okay.
A place that is constantly ravaged by natural disaster, a place where the people need hope, and Blitzball is what gives them that hope. Blitzball is the one thing that people from all across Spira can come together and celebrate. And so, we recognize that it is important for our players to get paid. But you know what? I don't get a paycheck for this. I'm not skimming off the top.
Mhm.
We're doing it for the love of the game.
That's right.
Mew, our goalie, is going out there defending people against the Sim spawn.
Are they?
Are they paying tax returns? I'm a little skeptical about this.
Yeah.
I am not employed by the Church of Babel, and therefore I do not pay taxes to them. The church cannot touch me. I tell you, in a year or less, the church is going down. So
Okay, we gotta get you off the screen. We gotta get you off the stage.
they, all the Meisters are secretly already dead. The necropolitics of the place has gotten out of hand, and that is why Blitzball is the most important thing. Blitzball gives us hope. Lina is going out and possibly our best player. What is Lina doing for her day job? Is she in the pool all day, every day? No. She's repairing machina over in the Calm Lands, making sure they run. She's getting her hands dirty. Motor oil and engine grease, right?
Yeah.
What is she doing? She's busy in Luca. She's an ornithologist. You know, that's her day job. This league is for people who care about Blitzball, who play it for the love of the game. I'm happy to pay them as much as I can and as much as they ask for, but
Much as they ask
we
for?
all...
Do you really?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I pay them 100% what they ask for.
so you're saying that the players
Contract negotiations are easy for me.
they go, I want this, and you go, you got it, boss.
That's why I'm the best coach.
I mean,
that's why they come to me, even when they're also signed to other teams.
That's fair.
I'm just curious, what do you think is the most common tragic flaw amongst coaches?
Oh.
Serious.
You're not gonna get me.
We are having this reporter removed.
You would think it would be hubris. But it's not. It is an inability to see the bigger picture. It's an inability to see the importance of things behind the thing. This is why I think I'm bringing the winning formula to the Besaid Orcs compared to the previous coach, player coach Waka. You know, not Owaka, different guy, no relation. I think Waka, the brother of Chapu. He played it traditional, very high summoner O'Holland style. You know, he's out there with the Blitzball fighting fiends and everything. Am I fighting fiends? No. If I could, I would. I'm willing to bring something new to the game. I got this. Hey, you know what? It's worth talking about. I have an all-girl team.
It's true.
Nobody else is playing two girls.
That's true.
Or more than two girls. They're bringing the women in to just play defense? What is that? What is that? Just defense? Not even goalie, just defense? Not even midfielding, just defense? No shots on goal? I'm the person who's going to bring you the chance for women to be top scorer in a league? It's never been done in history.
That's right.
That's what I'm bringing.
Coach is
You
right.
say you are
What's the most common
women?
flaw? Sexism.
It's
I
true.
said it.
It's true.
Anyways.
Coach, take us in. Matthew Hutton, you are listening to a sports sports interview about Blitzball, the Final Fantasy X minigame. Let's go, Coach. Take us to the next game.
We are starting our third hour of this game, and
It's flown by, frankly.
yeah. Okay, Kulakan. Let's bring. I wonder about bringing Volucha as a defender.
Okay.
I like Adequado.
Adequado's
What
been
if-
given really good, support to us. Adequado's been really good at her position, right?
Yeah. So I like bringing Kulakan in. In an ideal world, I could bring Valverde in over, Miyu or something like that, and put Adequado in as my keeper. 5 catch is good enough for a half. I don't think it's good enough for a whole league. The upside of Ergaronso, Adequado, and Valverde and Kulakan is they're all actual members of other teams, you know? So I'm going to say we go... And I like having the Guado and Ronso because their weaknesses are so different from one another.
I trust you.
So,
The
Adequado.
ideal world. Let's do Valverde.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're
I
doing
trust
it.
assistant coach Catherine.
Yeah. And
The jacked shot.
I'm so excited. Shu finally has the HP for it. This is gonna be so exciting. And Lena can now do volley shot. We are about to win this entire thing.
We're bringing it on home. We're bringing it on back.
Yeah.
We're getting to Stadia. It's gonna happen.
Nothing but wins for the here on out.
Dubs all day. Dubs forever.
Mm-hmm.
Open
We're gonna get nap shot soon. We're gonna be putting goalies to sleep, and then we're gonna score on them. Guess what? We're not even gonna need to put them to sleep to score on them. Or the game's gonna glitch out when I try to do Jex shot with a player who isn't Titus. We'll find out.
I will tell.
All right. We win the toss up.
Mm-hmm. Kulakan going up top, getting separation. 15 pass. Try to block that with 3 block.
Nothing.
We are up against the goers who
They're going
Oh,
straight
you're-
to the losers corner.
we're gonna try something fun here. Shu has 2 defenders on her.
Okay.
I got 15 pass from across the field. You can get a hand on it. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Shu's gonna get here. We're gonna try right off the bat something real fun. Ready for this?
You gonna hit it with the jack shot?
I'm gonna try. There we go. 120 HP. Oh,
Hand on it. Grabs the ball. No.
so the Jack shot technique does not work for her. She can't learn it normally. That was a thing I hacked it just to see how it would go. So it'll give her a small bump, but when Titus does a Jack shot, he punches the ball at one opponent and it bounces back, kicks the ball at another opponent, it bounces back, and then he shoots on the goal, so it eliminates 2 defenders. It's a fun.
Okay. Yeah, we're playing around. We're seeing what happens. We're finding out what happens.
So in that case, we'll only just, still win, but the more fair way.
Still W's from here on out. Just less flashy W's. The show. What is our team called?
The Besaid Orcs.
We-
AUROCHS.
The
Like
the
the
Showtime
old
orcs
cow.
are not here yet.
Similarly, Lina has volley shot, but I don't think has the HP for it yet. Which, hey, that's okay.
Nice.
Autoguado's got the ball.
Nice recover, nice recover, nice recover.
Easily outspeeds anybody. Just try and stop her. Look at that swimming. Okay, she's got separation, but she's
Holding
still
her
very
breath
fast.
the whole time.
Mm-hmm. No break. Look at that. One block against
Nothing.
18 pass.
Idiot. Loser
Nothing.
shit.
I can even bump them up to 21 and potentially put them to sleep. Let's see.
Good night, Moon.
Oh, no. Didn't get a hand on the ball and therefore didn't get the status element. That's okay. So the thing I will say I did not expect from the goers, better attack stats than I was expecting going into this. Which that happens. I gotta keep that in mind. Previously, we fought against foes with great all-round stats in the Albed Sykes, great endurance in the Ronso Fangs, and fantastic speed in the Guado Glories. The goers, stronger on the attack, have some decent high, as far as shooting.
Mm-hmm.
The Killica Beasts are going to be kind of low level when we go up against them.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the highest curve as far as like their acceleration into being the best team statistically is going to be coming up. So they are going to be long run team to beat.
But right now we can cruise. They're in their rebuilding season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the team that our center, Kulikan, is from.
Okay.
I was really hoping I could just like style play on them with the Jex shot. I'm a little bit sad about that.
All right, here comes shoot.
Yeah. It's also possible I just need to be using the Jex shot too instead, but no chance. Whew. This might go to overtime. They've got a stronger attacking squad that I'm used to, and I don't expect that they will score on us. But hey, that's why the game's played in two halves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's their version of Belgrada.
I should get a courtside interview. I should get a Doris Burke out here.
That's good.
It don't matter.
Yep.
Halftime. Good half, everybody. Good half, everybody.
I feel like a lot of sports coaches where I really thought my team was gonna do great and really hyped them up, and then it's like, no, we're just gonna do average.
We'll be fine.
That's okay.
I mean, that's a lot of community theater, imagine.
You're not wrong.
We're gonna go out there and have a great showing. I'm being told that our showing was shit.
Fine.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep shooing.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna bring Volucha back in. We're gonna bring Lina in as our right fielder, Kulikan as midfielder.
We should be more aggressive. Chad is calling for us to play more aggressively.
Yep, I'm putting in a forward as my defender.
All right.
Bringing Volucha in as one of my defenders.
Okay.
And who's got the highest shoot? Urga and Belgrada. Who's got the higher attack? Belgrada. So Belgrada's my right defender, which means I do not have a Guado to outspeed them to do any tricks with that. Miyu is in his goalie. Yeah, we're gonna be more aggressive. Yeah, it's hard to get more aggressive than that. Let's see.
I saw grip gloves. I think those are illegal, actually.
Napshot 3. HP cost 350. Current HP 355. So I have to be holding the ball for under 5 seconds
You could
to be able
catch
to
the
shoot
ball
this
and
once.
immediately knock
and
someone
then-
the fuck out.
Right. 100% chance of putting the goalkeeper to sleep. but my character will also be out of HP, done for. Instead, also shoot +7. Can't wait to level up Lina more.
So when players go to sleep, do they literally take a nap, or is it just like you're out of stamina? And it's like taking a nap. Is this a metaphor, or do we actually see like the players take a nap on the field?
Both.
Okay.
So the second part.
They do fall asleep, but it has symbolic meaning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's right.
Appreciate that.
No action is devoid of
Similarly.
symbolism.
Okay, similarly, Velucha, 355 HP. Wither Shot 3, costs 390. She will not be using that this match. This is why I should be wasting a match just passing the ball back and forth to grind that XP up.
No. That ain't fun. That ain't fun, Blitzball.
There we go. Let's learn some stuff. Nope. Velucha. Kind of want to get volley shot on Velucha, and let's learn nap tackle. Nope. Let's learn venom pack. You see, this is when the game really starts opening up, because the opponents start having techniques, which means we start having a chance to learn them.
Ooh, like Act 2 of Into the Woods.
Yeah, Juliet was explaining earlier
Just like
that
Act 2 of Into the Woods.
for those of you in chat who weren't watching earlier in the stream, Juliet explained that if a motherfucker on the other side knows an ability, then we can learn it from them by watching, which is sick, genuinely.
But they have to use it.
They have to use
which
it.
means, and they're about to use Venom Pass here. I don't know if I have someone who's trying to watch them for that. Because if I really wanted somebody to learn it, instead of doing a Venom tackle here and having a good chance to take it, I should just do a normal tackle to give them a chance to pass.
Because you want to see how they do it so you can pick it up. That's sick.
So I'm going to do a weaker tackle there, and then tech copy. So I had the chance, they didn't get it. It's about a 60% chance, give or take, if you get the button timing right. Even if you get the button timing right, I mean, there's still a chance. So, Velucha is a 9 attack. She's a forward that we put in defense.
Oh, this is
C6
going nowhere.
shoot. Whew. Thank God.
That was such a deep fucking shot.
Speaking of deep fucking shot.
Oh, yeah. From half? Through coverage?
16 versus 10. Let's see. Hey, they said be aggressive.
You're right. Chat did say be aggressive. Oh!
That's a goal. That could be the game. Right there. 1-0.
Fantastic. Incredible shot from half.
And this is why, mixing it up, we put a attacker in his defense.
Now, see, when they win the tip-off, they run immediately into a 3-man coverage, and I can't feel like that's good.
Well, it depends. The Ronsos could do that and then just, stride straight through it. Oh, I was really hoping Shu would get it.
Hand on it,
Well,
hand on it.
it's going to be an interception picked up by Belgarda because she's over there. Okay. I want to get the ball to Shu, and I want Shu to be open. Unfortunately...
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Does
This won't be an issue.
A fucking safety type scenario?
19 over 12. 7 to Kulakan. I wish Shu was just a little bit faster, because Lina is fast enough to get in there and take another shot. If all I was trying to do is get Lina and Velucha to be top scorers, that's one thing. I want Shu to get in there.
Can you
make a goal.
Can you get the ball to Lina and have Lina get spacing and then hopefully get Shu in closer?
That's the hope. That is the
Shu's
hope.
poisoned. Lina's poisoned.
Lina, yes, and that's another reason not to try to do those fancy attacks, because I don't have the HP for it. And you can see how quickly that HP, I mean, 7, 10, 15 per second that you're losing. Okay. Ooh, these are bad numbers either way. These are bad numbers.
Do we have any
Oh.
extra oomph to put on a pass or anything?
Not right now because we have her set up as a forward.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a
That's-
mistake.
That's a fumble. That's not great.
That's okay. That is okay.
Pursuing. Oh, no coverage.
I'm gonna sneeze here. I think it's that part of
Bless her.
Bless you.
the sun is coming up, and I think that's affecting things. Okay. Belgada versus Bixen. Ooh. Nope, not enough. But did wither Bixen, so Bixen's pass is down to 0. Velucha learned a new tech.
Nice.
And Mew catches the ball.
Thank you, Mew. We love Mew.
Mm-hmm. Luna is so fast. And I made the same mistake again. Oh well.
They
problem
have
is-
a good man on Lena.
Yeah, they have great attack stats. Especially the girls on their team, because that's the defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Doram versus Belgerda. Ooh. It was 12 versus 11, but couldn't even get a hand on it, which means no subtraction on the pass. Otherwise, that could have been an interception.
Here we
This
go.
could be our chance. This could be our chance.
Somebody's all the way over there in their goal, so this is gonna be good.
Who's the first attacker here? Is Kulikan the first attacker? I wish it would tell me. Screw it. Yeah, Kulikan's the first attacker.
Tackles hard. Grabs the ball.
Okay.
Lucia has the ball.
Come on, defender, come to me. Good. We got the perfect separation there. Perfect timing, too. Come on. Okay. So we're going to get the ball to shoot and immediately shoot.
Shoot.
No, why did...
Oh, bullshit.
I forgot what button to hit. that's a entire... We've been playing this since 6 a.m. in the morning issue.
You've got
Okay.
30 minutes left,
Yeah. Wait, 30 minutes?
right?
Does Operation Moonshot start at 9? I thought it got moved to 10.
Did it get moved to 10? I didn't see nothing about no movement, so I don't know nothing. I don't know shit. You might know more than
Cool.
I do.
So I'm gonna try this shot. I'm gonna spend 120 HP on it. Yes! Okay. Survive the attack. 16 versus 10. 4 seconds left. Come on! No!
Fuck that.
Oh,
Boo. It's fine. We
The-
still win.
we do, but
By an entire point.
yeah. A win is a win. Lucha learned nap shot. Shu
Win some,
leveled
you
up.
win some.
Robbing the buzzer beater is upsetting because the buzzer beater is so good. Like, it's just like a great thing in sports is as long as you're not touching that ball and it's going towards the goal, that's all you need.
If I could change one thing about this game, it would make buzzer beaters possible. Make it so if you get the shot off before the time goes out, it can be 5:06 by the time it gets there. It's fine. The other thing that's fun is contract negotiations are also happening on all the other teams. So the Guado Glories have released one of their players and have signed a new player.
Okay.
There might be new players available.
Yes, but we're sticking with the team we have because we have even folks on our on our bench
Mhm.
to sub in. That way we don't have to literally go into the RPG part of the game and go find the people and then talk to them to recruit them, which is what you normally have to do.
We also Operation Moonshot does happen in 30 minutes. It is
Okay.
still at 9 for you.
Okay, that's great to hear.
I
Then
gotta
we are-
head
Mhm.
out, but thank you for letting me witness this.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe next time we do this, we can do a deeper breakdown of like
A deep
spheres
dive.
within spheres and like Aristotle and like
Yeah.
do the full geometry of,
Athletics.
of this sport rather than sports as a whole. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Catherine.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining, Catherine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Riley, how are we on the having Blitzball in the corner for the next 3 hours?
I can do that. I can do that. I can have you in the corner. I will make you and Blitzball very small, and maybe I will eventually come back to you with another coaching moment. Um,
I
you're
also, I
welcome.
just wanted to
You're
point out
welcome to
that
just keep balling out.
we get to run around as Yuna, which is very fun. I my big questions are like A, resources, and B, will that actually help with the transitions to the next few things?
Oh, I just need once I put you in the corner, I just need to keep copying. Like, here you are. Boop.
Great.
And plus, like,
Cool.
here's the thing: cutting your music is easy because it is just the YouTube playlist, and it has been working pretty good, frankly. I forgot it was the YouTube playlist for a bit.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what they're listening to right now.
That I have had actually, it hit the Blitz off theme, and I just hit loop because it's a 31-minute song.
Oh,
And so they've
see,
been...
I put in the other Spira music that could have been an option. Spira unplugged and everything. That's cool. So yeah, once we're done with this, cut the YouTube and probably cut my video, and just have the game.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Yeah. I've moved forward in the playlist.
Great. I specifically timed it so it would come back to the Blitz off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was a custom playlist.
Uh-huh.
I'm so sorry.
It's great. Thanks for being up and doing this.
This is really
and
fun.
Thank you, the viewers, for coming and watching and donating to HEXtra Life. I'll let Riley do the...
Yes, HEXtra Life, as you know, is our this year's Extra Life presentation. We have raised a absurd amount of money, bigger than any Extra Life before at this point. We have raised $4,062. Let me crack this bad boy open just to show you a little bit of what we're looking at here. So first off, we're raising money for Children's Miracle Network, and I have here our schedule and our what's happening today. So we have some of our donation goals. As you've been donating, you know, we have our $4,500 goal is to do a murder mystery dinner party stream, which is Marn assures me will work, and I'm excited to see what happens there. And then our 5,000 is show swap, where we are a podcast network. A bunch of our hosts will swap shows, and we don't know the details of that yet, but it's going to be sick. We did it once before, and it was a blast. Later today, we have we're currently in No Sleep Till Blitzball, and then after that we hit Operation Moonshot, where Veronica is going to be playing a very sick game that I have seen. It is a big robot game, and it slaps. I'm so excited to see her play it. We are also got, after that, Sea of Thieves. We will be sailing again. We will be doing some Mario Party for that title belt. We have a special vampire-themed interstitial. And then after that, we're playing the feud. We have a custom family feud set up. So get ready to party. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for donating. The link is in the chat if you want to, donate. Otherwise, please let people know we're still going. Pop on Twitter. Be like, I'm watching Moonshot and I'm liking it a lot. Or anything else. It's a blast. We enjoy doing this and we enjoy playing. It's nice to see people come back in. It's the morning. The morning grows. So, thank you. And, Coach, back to you.
We are currently up against... Oh, wow. What a fumble. We are currently up against the Kilika Beasts, a team that I would say is probably my favorite of the teams, and we will not have any difficulty with. Varoja is a very cool guy. He's unfortunately currently poisoned and has very low HP and very low attack as a result. He's a cool guy. He's got an eye patch. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to see how cool he is and his eye patch because of the poison. He is not going to do much to stop us. So we are going to no break and
we're
pass.
Eat his lunch.
Shu. Of course, last time I was like, this is going to be no problem. We'll see. No break to deem. And 12 against 10. 17 against 10. Wither tackle. Oh no.
Nope.
Whew. Did not damage my shoot stat. That's the only stat we care about here.
Thank you, Shu.
And
Tech copy. My
levels were too low to learn the techs. Their goalie has a tech called Super Goalie that I'm really hoping my goalie can pick up. There aren't that many techs that goalies need because, compared to all the tackles, shoots, passes, all the different passives and everything, goalies can't pass, tackle, or shoot, at least not while they're playing goalie. So the few that are really, really good for goalies, you really want to get, and one of them is Super Goalie. Here's another classic situation where Kulikan might make that attack if I pumped her up, but I kind of want the pass to be intercepted by one of the others. In this case, Lina is going to try to go back.
Oh, they're gaining. They're gaining.
Yeah. Good news is, compared to the Luca goers, who kind of chump in most stats but really high attack, these guys are kind of chumps in attack while having pretty good stats elsewhere.
A 5
and
3, that's nothing.
I will make that. I will take that trade-off any day. Similar to speed, if you can win every attack, then you've got something going for you. Okay, I'm gonna pass to Shu. He's gonna break one defender.
Beautiful catch.
Doesn't even need to break a defender.
Nothing.
I want Shu to score. I want her to score 4 shots, 4 goals this match. That's my current goal for her. She's got 2 so far in the first half.
That's good. That's a good start.
Some teams are just a little better than others.
And that's us.
Come on, Shu, take on. Oh, was able to give the Wither status, but not able to take the ball. That's okay. Roja is not going to be able to make this shot with 2 defenders on goal. Come on, man. You've already been withered. Your shoot stat is already cut in half. Kulikan really coming in here as a great midfielder. Can just pass over their blocks, so it doesn't even need to take the attack. We know who we're throwing to. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Who could say? We're giving the ball to Shu again.
Shoot.
We're breaking to Roja and dribbling. We're breaking to Dime and then shooting, which means this is the last shot for Shu this half because we'll be out of HP. But on the other hand, we're also almost out of time. No! Well, we still made the shot. We still took the shot.
Took the shot. That's the important thing. That's what Coach is always telling me.
Look at that 9 shoot. Come on.
Pathetic. You're a tiny baby.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Half time.
It is very fun how the ball just freezes.
It's got a remote control in it. Level 9. Shu has leveled up. That's good.
It's actually the ball is constantly in one place. In the big field, it's just moving around it. At all
so
times.
disorienting to be in there.
And so when you kick the ball, you're actually kicking off the whole. It's like in space.
That's why it takes HP, because it does lower your entire health of your body.
Yeah. This is great to me. Shame about the low level for being able to pick up stuff. But what can you do? Whew. funny, my partner is usually up at 6 a.m. and I think they're sleeping in.
Sleeping is good.
Mm-hmm.
I should have taken Monday off work so I could have slept in. That would have been the smart thing to do, the wise way to interact with my weekend.
How's everyone? Both Riley and everyone in the chat. Make sure you got some fluids. Get some orange juice, maybe. Get some.
I've got my big old guy of water right here. I've been working my way through since I got back over here, and I have some coffee as well. What I'm gonna need is some solids. Surely I'll need to find a way to step aside and make myself some breakfast.
So Volucha, tiny pass, definitely not good enough, but plenty of endurance to get past this 5 attack.
Nothing.
You're kidding me.
Pathetic.
Now, if I wanted to, this would be a great time to get a shot from Lina to get her top score up, but I really think Shu is gonna be our focus.
Our person today.
17 against a weather tackle. One of these days, the weather tackle. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that 8 plus 3 becomes an 11. RNG 11 can be at a 13. Any number can be multiplied by up to and over 150%. Not always, though. Let's see. 10 against 5, no problem. Kulakan. Kulakan also will have no issue passing.
Can do it. Coolican.
We started with Lina as midfielder. We tried a few different midfielders. I'm so impressed with Kulakan now that we've brought her in. Ooh, okay. Now we're gonna try breaking to one defender and jet shot over a second defender and a goalie. Probably not gonna work because it's 17 against 16 before you even get in water degradation.
That copy. Wheeler's it.
Super goalie! That's worth it, even if we didn't get the goal.
That was a big play, a big play.
That's gonna help our catch stat, our ability to catch balls that would be shots. So much for the rest of the next 48 hours that we play this game.
I was right. You heard it here first, even after the actual live stream
Whoa!
ends.
Did you see that?
No, what happened?
They fumbled the ball, and Lina, who has volley shot, was going to catch it, and does this cool flip around with her leg, and shoots the ball directly off of the interception.
Hell yes.
She was too far away from the goal to score, but...
I love that gusto.
Yeah, absolutely cool. Like, imagine getting a rebound and in the same motion that you get the rebound, you lob it across the court.
Bam! That fucking rules.
Okay. Is 5 fast enough to get to shoot? Probably not. 2, 1, 0. Ah, no.
Almost.
She was just so open. Okay, come on. Shu, attack her. She's got 5 endurance, 1-man breakthrough.
You got it, Shu.
Wait.
You got it, Shu.
10 attack against 5, even if it gets chopped in half.
It's your ball
We're
now.
gonna do this.
Oh, it's blue sky. Nope. Defender made it in.
Yeah, even with this tackle. Oh, can't do it with a tackle because his HP is too low now. Okay.
Scared I can't learn it.
Ooh, and see, that's the super goalie thing. You get kind of a... It's mostly RNG, but it's a little number that goes up and down, and you tap the button, and that's the number that your new goalie stat is, which helps a lot against really high attacks. You don't have to do it against really low attacks, but, it helps to be able to just go roulette. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Let's make a fun little pass to Valgerda, who hasn't gotten the ball.
And not only are we out of time in game, but I think we're about to be out of time out of game to move to the next segment. I'm gonna.
Do we have one more interview?
We do have one more interview. You're absolutely
Okay,
right. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, absolutely. 1 second here.
That's Shu up to level 10. That's Kulikan up to level 10. That's Lina, no longer super high level. Miyu learned the key technique super goalie. That means not only is Miyu gonna have that fantastic technique for actually being goalie, every player has 3 key techniques. And anytime they learn that opens up a whole nother like tree of techniques that they can learn.
Absolutely.
It's, it's not like a specific thing. It's like, hey, here's the 3 that are that. And it's such an important milestone in their journey as a player. That's them really leveling up not just their numbers, but leveling up their mind, leveling up their Blitzball IQ.
Who would you say on your team has the highest Blitzball IQ?
Ooh, what an excellent question. So, I think you might be surprised to hear this. We're gonna look at our
Look
team
at the
down
stats.
here.
Look at the stats. Dig in. Get the actual answer here.
Ergaronso,
Oh.
great IQ, great player. Just because she's on the bench doesn't mean I don't believe in her. Otaguado has pitched in as a keeper, pitched in as a goalie, great defender. That speed, so key. Miyu, our starting keeper, fantastic. Valgerda has the stuff. Volucha, highest shoot stat on the team. Lina, all-rounder, midfielder, that star for those first 2 matches. Shu, number 1 in my heart. But you ask me who has the best Blitzball IQ, you ask me who knows the stuff the best, it's Kulikan. This is why she was such a game changer in the back half of this season. Bring her in with that extra experience. Lina knows her stuff, but Lina's got so much experience just being in the midfielder. Kulikan's played every position. Kulikan knows what the other opponents are going to be. Kulikan's played for the other teams, not just as a free agent, but as an experienced player. And what that experience brings you, you don't always play shortstop. Sometimes you play shortstop for years, and then you play right fielder. Sometimes you play third base. Sometimes your arm can't do what it used to, but you've learned. You can anticipate what they're doing. And that is one of the things that brings Kulikan to this table and brings the Besaid Oryx to the number 1 slot in the league.
You're absolutely right, Coach. Nothing gets the people fired up like a good coach speech. Thank you so much, Juliet, for taking us down Blitzball way. This has been a joy, just a genuine joy.
Jump Blitzball.
Let's go Blitzball. Do you have anything to say before I move you into the tiny screen in the corner?
Maybe let's not do the tiny screen in the corner bit. As fun as Endurance Blitzball is, I think I want to
Absolutely.
And instead, we'll just bring this segment back in next time we stream.
Absolutely. Blitzball is always here. Blitzball is always waiting.
And if we win this league, not only do we get the status reels for Waka in the RPG part, we also get a rename card, which means we get to rename someone.
Oh my god, yes!
Don't you love when you score really good in a sports league and it allows you to rename someone?
You get to legally rename one of your fucking players. Oh shit.
Actually, you rename one of the spiritual or summons, the Aeons. Anyways, thank you everyone for donating to HEXtra. Thanks for being here. Maybe next time we'll add donation incentives to kill off one of my players.
Dramatically.
Like in sports.
Like in sports. I love Blitzball.
This is a lot of fun. thank you, Riley. And stay tuned for Operation Moonshot, which I'm so excited
This
for.
game looks fucking sick. The proper title of the game is Cyber Troopers Virtual On. I can't fucking wait. I've been seeing, like, as we've been testing it, and it looks sick. All right, I'm cutting over to get this set up. Thank you all, and stay tuned.
Bye, bud. Yes, we're just now doing a fun Halloween-themed episode.
I'll be pod for Castmas.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to say it again because I cut you off, and now I'm bringing you back in, and I'm cutting you off again.
Now the two have fallen into a world of endless handsome hunks, doe-eyed damsels, and lascivious lovers.
The cover photo, like the header, we made a picture from the signing of the Declaration of Independence because we were like the revolutionaries, like